Aye.
Right. Talks amongst yourselves.
Oh shit! He recorded.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Okay, this is the part where I leave the meeting. Is that correct?
No.
They gave me two options. They didn't say stick around.
Now, I would like to introduce the one, the only, me.
Hey, squiddies! It's Dre with Tattoo Squid Podcast here with There's a Better Podcast group of three. Not four, just three. So we got Sarah, we got Deelo, and we got Tony.
Hello.
So how's everybody doing?
So fantastic.
Hey, we're great. In fact, we're coming into the show with our theme song too.
Oh!
Bounce it back.
I like the bounce back.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, that's enough of that.
Well done.
That.
It's kind of slapping.
Every time I heard a theme song, I'm always thinking to myself, I'm walking down, like, Central Park, with the iPod, even though we don't have any more. Yeah. No iPods anymore. They're disgruntled, like, oh, my shoes, son of a bitch.
So I was in this. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, you're a native New Yorker, right?
Yeah, Long Island, New York. Yep.
Yeah, is that now? This is where you grew up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Tony and I went there. When was that?
It was at the end of 2019 into 2020, New Year's Eve, like the week of New Year's.
And
we went to the city, though. You went to the city, right?
We did.
Yeah, I'm on where it looks like a whale.
Long Island,
Long
right?
Island. So,
Yeah.
Well, surely you know some stuff though around there that like nobody would know about. That's not from New York. That'd be awesome in the city, New York City. What's the best place you'd recommend to visit?
Yeah, and I've never been, so.
I mean, I haven't really gone to the city that much.
Really?
Yeah, I
would think that would be a thing.
He's so satisfied with where he's at. He doesn't need to go into.
I honestly don't want to walk down the street and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Stab. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Is it that aggressive? Should we be that concerned?
Sometimes
Well, you just have to be aggressive right back.
Depending on where you go, it is. But I get lost very fucking easily. So when they say, "Hey, go to East 32nd Street," and then you go there and you're like, "Okay, how the fuck do I get back?" And then I'm walking. So.
I mean, you got the accent. That's why I kind of figured you might be from the city itself.
I had to get the accent back, because I was in Pennsylvania for 10 years, and they're like, "You're Southern." I'm like, "No, I was living in Pennsylvania for 10 years, you asshole."
That's crazy.
Fair enough.
Can you bring your Pennsylvania accent back a little bit? Do you have that in your
Hold
pocket?
on, let me go and grab it from the diaphragm.
Reach into the.
Bring me the sheep. Okay, no, I was kidding.
I mean, what is it? What's a Pennsylvania accent?
I don't really know. I think it's more like a Southern kind of like you're farming and
Oh, that's where we're from.
Have you seen? Well, no, I think
I
it's.
was just.
I think it was best.
looking at that show.
Yeah, it was Mayor of Easttown.
Mayor
I think
of
that's
Easttown.
the one that like has everybody.
Wawa.
It just sounds weird. I've never heard an accent like that before.
I mean, I never heard it myself until I moved back to Long Island, and I went to we call a restaurant bar, and then the waitress, which I known for years, and she's like, "You're Southern," and I'm like, "Fuck you." I'm like,
You just lost a tip.
yeah. I'm like, shit.
Who
Like,
is?
there goes the. You see this tip? See ya. Yeah.
That's it. Off the table.
Off the table, fuckers. No, anyway, so I do.
Right.
I do have that in New York. We call it cursing accent, so that's what it is. Why?
Now, you said,
All right, fair enough.
You said you're from Long Island, but I didn't hear a hard G, which I've always heard that people from Long Island will say Long Island. It's like one word. It's like MacGyver, Long Island.
Yeah, I just go Long Island. It's like you don't hear it.
Christopher Walken.
That's how you said it. Like
Long Island.
I am the one.
Like Christopher Walken.
Like Long Island. DeRay is
Island.
from Long Island.
Yeah, we're
I
from
would
Michigan.
like to see you. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, we're from Michigan.
I wonder if we have a Christopher
Why
Walken.
don't you get into the elevator
Yeah.
and press the button and going down to the
He's
first
a-
floor?
He's a sophisticated Long Islander.
Long
It doesn't
Islander.
say
Long.
long.
I think we've actually managed to nail those too.
I got a fever.
There you go.
Prescription is more cowbell.
Mo cowbell.
Wow.
More.
Put
Put
my
the
pants
emphasis
on.
on the wrong syllable.
One leg at a time.
And after I get my pants on, I make gold records.
I honestly think he is from New York because he goes like this too. Yeah.
Were we on a rail? You said we derailed. Were we on a rail? Oh, okay.
I
Just laying
say
the track as we go.
monorail.
That's fair.
For any
Okay, just
Simpsons
checking.
fans.
I almost got crushed by a train on a rail. Yeah.
Why were you?
Is
Never
that
mind.
why you
I
don't
wanna
go
know.
back to? Is that why you don't go back to?
Yeah, because of like my drinking habit. My drinking habit. I was driving home and I'm like, hey, why is this road bumpy? I'm like, no wonder why. It's a track.
Oh my Jesus!
So I'm like, let me go back up. And it's almost like one of those like the movies that you see, like, you know, like, oh shit, you know. And somehow I was
Don't
so
drive on the
yeah.
railroad tracks.
Yeah, don't.
And we
drive on
learned
the
that
tracks.
from don't drive on
Groundhog
the
Day.
track. Groundhog Day.
Don't
Didn't you
drive
just
on
say
the tracks. Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
Like Groundhog Day?
Is it Groundhog Day?
I think so.
So how was your episode actually? Let's get to the whole thing though. How would your episode get today?
Wow.
Train
Yeah.
wreck.
So this is actually
hosted,
more on
so.
track than the episode that we did. If
I
that's
know I've heard your every episode, so I know.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, when I
And thank
host,
you.
it's a bit of a train.
So
wreck,
yeah, Sarah hasn't done a whole lot. So Deelo and I, like we've done radio as well. I was an employee of a local radio station. You were an employee of a local radio station. Sarah's the only one who doesn't have any of that background, and that's not to say that we're any better at it. It's just no, we're not. Any
We
better
just
at
don't
it,
give
to
a
be
shit.
honest.
No,
Yeah,
that's-
exactly. We figured that out long ago. I don't work
I'm
in
learning
radio
as I
anymore.
go, and yet they keep inviting me back.
Yeah.
So,
So I
There
mean,
you go.
lack of better options, as Mike would have said.
It's
Mikey Two Sheets. Hi.
Mikey Two.
Mike. That's what I'm saying. Like
Mikey
Mikey 2 sheets, and it was Mikey 5 minute and Mikey 2 minutes, and
Yeah, he really can't make up his.
He
I
ca-
think
yeah.
he's finally settled on a. He's a 1 minute man.
He's
Is
a
that what he
1 minute
said?
man.
Okay.
yeah, the 1 minute.
He's a minute man.
Well, that was his name. Don't give me that
He's a
look.
minute man.
He picked it.
That's how I follow you guys forever because I know the names before you done these
That's
names.
true.
Yeah.
And when Deelo joined us, he was originally known as Guesty.
Yeah.
Because we didn't.
No,
no,
Ghosty.
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 He was
It was from
The
Guesty to
intern-
Ghosty.
The intern formerly known as Ghosty.
Oh, that's right. It was Ghosty.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Oh,
Sarah
you
was
were-
Guesty.
You have
Yes.
one. Yes.
Yeah, and then we got getting confused, and I kept calling you Ghosty and
Yeah.
me Guesty. And
And yeah, it was a
We-
crazy.
like,
too many
fuck
G's
this.
name.
The
Well,
only one
and,
I think I had the name is Tony. I think Tony was Tony.
yeah, I'm the only one
Tony's-
who's been the same person, and unfortunately, that's not really
They
boding
keep
well
getting
with
younger,
my
and
multiple
he stays the
personalities.
same age.
All right.
And then
all right.
Mikey was like 1 beat, Mikey 2 sheets, Mikey 2 beats, and Mikey.
Did he have 2 beats?
He had way too many nicknames, is what.
Was
he
he the
had.
Dwight Schrute? He had 2 beats.
Shun,
So many beats.
unshun, shun.
Aw.
That's what I think. About.
And he was the one that said, "Oh, this is going to be on off the rails again." Yeah.
It
Yeah.
still keeps getting.
He called it. He called it way ahead of time. We're
Yeah, you
always.
call it like off the rails the way it is as it is.
I'm sure you probably had something to do with this episode, but we've already derailed it. So that's what we do. That's
Yeah,
what
was
we
there a
do.
direction we were heading? I don't know.
Don't worry, we'll fix it.
Oh, you fixed it afterwards.
No,
It all looked great.
I don't even like edit anything. So
Oh.
I,
It's like ours.
It's like ours. Yeah. The only time that we'll edit something is if somebody actually put their actual name out there they weren't supposed to, and
When does
that happened. Like
when does that ever
it
happen?
happened one time.
It happened.
It happened twice.
Actually,
3 times.
Is it 3 times?
well, actually,
Once with his, right?
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, Mike
Twice
did.
with
Mike
mine.
did it with mine.
This
one
was when
time.
this is when Deelo was still.
and then I did it with
Ghosty.
yours.
And you played the sound effect that
Oh
which-
yeah.
is
Which-
still a fan.
which
well,
It's a
you
fan
edited-
favorite.
You
I say
edited.
fan favorite, as in like it's our
That's the
favorite.
way.
I don't know if anybody else gives a shit, but we like it.
But yeah, so yeah, just a few times when actual names were said when they were not. When
ready
we
to
still
be
had
released.
nicknames. Yeah, we still had nicknames, and then I think there was one other time. It was the Norm Macdonald episode that we were trying to pay some homage,
I forgot
Long
about
Island,
that.
whatever to.
Oh my god! I
To
forgot
him.
about that.
What
And
happened?
I had
was
pulled up-
there. Oh shit!
And
What
I
happened?
pulled up a clip, and it was supposed to be, everything that he does is just in Norm Macdonald fashion. This one, however, was the only fucking clip that had like It was
it was a lot of racially
kind of, yeah, it was
insensitive.
really
Holy.
racially
I mean,
insensitive and
like-
stuff like that. In today's
Whoa.
standards,
and the idea was he would hand a celebrity a joke, and they didn't know what was on it,
this was on the Norm Macdonald
but
show.
it went through a
Yeah.
whole bunch of really racist jokes to the point where the first one we're like, okay, well,
Okay,
let's see
we'll
what
let the
the
go.
second joke is. Second joke comes up, we're like, okay, this is not working out. Gets to the third joke, and we're like, okay, we're
Fuck
just
that.
gonna have to cut
We're
this out
out.
of the show. This is
So that
awful.
was-
I mean, there was a lot of
Yikes.
stuff that I'm like, I'm uncomfortable with.
That's
this.
like the episode we just recorded where you were saying yes, 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 and
Yes.
you meant no,
God,
no,
yes,
no.
yes, yes, yes.
Not a good. He fixed it though. He fixed it.
Yeah, Tony.
Everything's
Yeah, I'm not
fine.
editing
It's all
that.
good.
Fuck you
Tony
guys.
starts diving into a jury duty deal that he had, and it was what was it? Child sexual
So,
abuse, right?
there
Child
was-
sexual abuse.
Sexual predator, more like. So
yeah.
this guy
And-
had moved in with a woman that he was interested in. She had a daughter, and he was allegedly taking pictures and taking video with his phone underneath the crack in the door. And they lived in this trailer. They had pictures of that too. And the door gap between the floor and the bottom of the door was much larger than typical doors, which you'd find like maybe an inch
Yes,
gap.
I
But this
understand.
was like about a 3-inch gap, I guess, because of cost cutting.
That's
I don't know.
how-
But apparently allegedly that's what he was doing.
Shops at Menards.
We had to watch the videos, and that effing sucked to have to watch that and the pictures. And so I was talking about that. Sarah's over here like, that's
Nope, nope,
terrible.
nope,
No.
nope,
And
nope,
Delo's
nope,
like,
nope,
yeah.
But
But he's
shaking his head
agreeing
no.
with Sarah.
He's shaking his
That's
head
the
no,
part that-
but he's
Right.
saying yeah,
But then-
gross.
Then I have like audio speaking. This is not
Yeah, that
translating.
doesn't
I need
translate.
to explain myself right now.
Fortunately, he caught that.
Thank God.
It was ugly.
And I think that might be a good sign of that. We should probably start doing video transcriptions of our podcast.
Ooh.
No.
She's
said-
saying
again, he
yeah.
said
He's
yeah,
saying
no.
no.
He said
Now
yeah, no.
wait a minute.
He said both.
No, that was a
He said
yeah.
yeah,
No.
no.
I think that's got to be a Midwestern thing though, to say yeah no when
Oh,
you're
that's what
meaning
you were
like
saying too.
yeah no.
No.
Now, Squid, do you ever say yeah, no?
Wait.
Wait. Oh,
Yeah, I just had to put that in there. No, what?
I don't know what that was. Okay.
You ever say yeah, no?
Yeah, no, not really. So,
Do you?
There it is.
yeah,
So it is
that
a
a
Midwest
thing?
thing?
no, I actually have a friend that said they like, yeah, no. And I'm like,
Okay.
Oh, they're from
okay, fine,
Pennsylvania?
let's go. No, but I never did say that. No, actually, no.
We're trying to figure out if it's a Midwest thing or not.
What? What's that? I'm sorry.
The yeah, no.
Yeah no.
I
like
don't
a-
really.
it's like a thing-
Sometimes I do it and I don't even notice me doing that whole thing.
Where you
Going
say
like,
yeah, no. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll go yeah, no, and I'm like, oh shit, see, yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
It just goes together. Like when I'm doing the whole talking on the podcast, I go, yeah,
No.
No.
So it goes together. See,
Well,
like
the
that.
thing that's definitely anybody and everybody. I think everybody says.
You said it goes
You know?
together, and that
You
brought
know?
me right back to Greece. We go
Yeah.
together like ramen, lemon, lemon.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Look at him. He's like, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't have to. I don't even remember all the things.
It's
No,
Oh, look at Deelo.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to do. Hand jive.
born
Yeah.
to hand job, baby.
Wow.
I think that's how the song goes.
Actually, we called one of the guys. One of the guys in my work was like, I don't know. Is there a part where they drive off like in?
That's at the very end of the movie. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen
watched the
Grease.
movie in 40 years.
Yeah, haven't seen Grease in like 30 fucking years. Okay,
they drive off into the sky. Yeah.
I think it came out in 78.
But I think
I
when
wanna see
my friend was saying, it's like they both are dead and they go off in the sky. And
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Because why would their car fly off?
I don't
like
know
in,
that.
in heaven and all that, but they live forever, so they're in love
Right.
forever.
That's dark. That's
Yeah.
a dark end of Grease. Did
That's,
they die in the car race?
Did they die in a grease fire? And that's why they
Well,
call it
honestly, Grease is dark.
Grease is the word.
Grease
Now
is the
you've
word.
heard.
Grease is dark.
They If you're talking about Grease 2, yes, that's pretty dark.
No, Grease.
Grease 2
dark.
is pretty dark.
With Adrian Med.
Dark is in. It was a terrible fucking movie.
I didn't sit through that. Was it Michelle Pfeiffer?
I can't remember.
It's
it was
Michelle
awful.
Pfeiffer.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Grease
Not
2 was
Grease
Michelle
2,
Pfeiffer.
was it?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Adrian's Med from TJ.
I got a
Hooker.
sir out of
Yes,
that.
sir.
TJ Hooker.
Yeah.
TJ Hooker. No, it's
No, the guy
gosh.
Adrian's Med. He was on TJ Hooker.
Yeah.
Oh, oh. Was he the lead?
Maxwell
That didn't
Caulfield.
even click at that point.
Is that right?
He was like the one of the bad boys on there. You know, he was like the part of the group.
T-Birds.
The T-Birds, the Thunderbirds,
No, it's the T-Birds.
Well, I
Did you
thought
say
it was.
the Dyke Birds? That's not right.
Diaper. Yeah, the Angry Birds.
T-Birds.
Oh, I thought you said the
Angry
diapers.
The Angry Birds. They're angry.
They're about
Adrian
what?
Smed?
Get out of here.
Is that his name?
Zmedma?
Adrian.
I
Not
could
like
look this.
smegma.
Smegma. Hey, it's
Oh,
Smegma.
I got Maxwell
This is the Smegma
Caulfield.
podcast.
Yeah.
Good God, what the hell is going
This
on?
is what happens when
Is
you
there
have
a,
four people
is there a
in one
format to this, or are we
podcast.
just freewheeling?
I think
We're freewheeling. That's it. You know, that's where that just goes. You know.
All right.
All right. We usually have a format, so I'm a little like.
I like this.
You can work on your format because I know you want to do that the beer thing or whatever you want to do. So.
Oh,
already-
that's
we
we're
did that.
beyond
I'm
that.
done that.
Oh, you're beyond
That's
that.
fine.
Yeah.
But if you want to talk about what you're drinking, we can talk about what we're drinking, I guess.
Oh yeah. What
We'll
do you
open that
What do you
floor. Sure,
have
what the
right
hell?
now?
What do
Is
you
it
got?
ice water?
I got Arizona iced tea. That's
Is it
it.
icy?
That's good stuff. Now, have
Now-
you? Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah.
Sugar? No sugar. Likely sugar.
I don't know. It says lemon flavor. That's about it. So.
So no sugar.
Ah, lemon flavor.
No,
Okay.
there's sugar in it. I wouldn't even have it if there wasn't sugar. I need my stability.
You need something to.
Need some life essence.
All right.
I just had. Let's see. Before I came onto my podcast, I had an egg sandwich and then 4 ring dings, the fruit slices, and this. So I'm very fucking good right now.
This is my kind of
Can
like
you back up to the first
health
thing
food
that you
therapist
said?
here. I'm
Egg
all
what
in,
now?
man.
Oh, I had an egg sausage sandwich.
Oh, sausage now is added.
Yeah,
to it.
egg sausage. Like
Like put some bacon on there too on the side.
Is
Little
that like
cheese.
a breakfast thing?
Yeah. It's like when you
Scrambled
go to
eggs?
deli. When you go to deli, you get an egg
All
sandwich.
right. I get it now.
That sounds
Yeah.
good.
So I had the egg
You threw me
sandwich, and
with-
then I came home and I had like 4, ring dings, and then I had the little candies from this, and now my whole heartbeat is going a flutter.
So Sarah, when you said an egg sandwich, did you just like
Egg
assume
salad
2
sandwich
pieces of bread
from,
and
like-
just a bunch of hard-boiled eggs just put
Yeah, a
together
little
and just
bit.
like
Or-
I'm just gonna dig right into that.
Or that scene out of
I would put
Big,
it in a trough.
or the
myself.
scene out of Big Top Pee Wee where she gives him an egg salad sandwich, and it's this giant sandwich. It's got egg salad in it, and I'm like,
Egg
and he like throws
salad-y.
it this way.
And it's
This is
still
like-
going to
no,
this day.
It's like,
No,
It's still
that's-
flying around the world to this day.
That's the dark version. She was going to give him an egg toss salad, So
Oh, I thought she was gonna toss his salad and
With
make him
egg.
eat eggs. Yeah.
wow.
with the egg. Yeah. Here goes
What
the
is
yolk.
I have a
Oh,
remedial
man.
question. What is a ring ding?
Oh, that's it's a nice cake. It's a round one. It's chocolate cream in the middle. Oh, it's all heavenly good.
Sounds good.
I didn't know
I'd
that.
be in that.
Yeah, ring ding. I always get that for my birthday. Whenever my birthday comes around and I go to a bar just to see my friend bartend, I would drink soda or whatever. And I still hang out in the bars just to hang out.
You see your friend bartend? That's an interesting
Yeah,
name. for a
basically,
person.
no, my
Hi,
friend,
bartend.
my friend Bishop.
Convenient.
So I would go down there and hang out, and then every time my birthday comes around, he'll go and hand me a ring ding instead of a cake. It's a ring ding, and he puts a candle in it. So
So does that mean, as of this taping today, it's your birthday?
no, it's not my birthday. My birthday's in August. So
Oh, in August. Okay, I'm sorry.
yeah, no
You
problem.
probably said that. And I
So-
didn't catch that. I don't
Understand
understand.
that it is
If
not
you
limited to
want to
his
send
birthday.
presents,
It takes that
I'll
way.
get my address later on. Anyway, so
So we know what to send you now. We'll send you a big old thing of ring dings if we have them here. I don't know if we have
that's
them.
good. And then my heart doctor would be like, "What the fuck?"
Who are your friends and why are they trying to kill you?
So
Hey.
I'm drinking Smirnoff Zero Sugar Seltzer Orange flavored.
Oh, I got a story about Smirnoff. But anyway,
Show that to the camera so everybody can see. There you go.
oh.
Which is a 4.5.
Wait, no,
so
no.
not much.
Sarah, you gotta do it the right way. You gotta do it like the model thing. You gotta go, okay, I'll do it. And like this,
See myself, so I don't know if I'm doing any good.
and then you just go.
That
Oh.
works. Very,
No.
oh, but the label's done incorrectly. They screwed the label up. How dare they?
I don't know. I'm left-handed, so
Smirnoff.
whatever. Do it in my right hand.
Dino,
What do you guys?
I think
Deelo, what are you
You're
drinking?
drinking this.
We're
as
drinking the
well.
same
We are
thing.
both-
Go ahead.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
something Sarah brought in. It is Cutwater Rum Mint Mojito.
I believe it's Mojito.
I was going to say Mojito. I like Mojito.
Oh, I like Mojito too.
Mojito. This is at 5.9%, and don't know particularly where this is made.
It says
But
California.
there you go.
Nice.
It's a nice
Trying
green
to-
and white.
Okay, there we
can.
go.
It says San Diego, CA.
Cutwater.
There you go.
It's a.
It is not good.
Not good. Not good. You know what it was? It was cold and in the fridge. That's what it was.
That's
I'll
the
give you
best
that.
kind of drink sometimes.
I'll
If
give
it's
you that.
cold and in the
I
fridge.
feel like
that's all you need.
It probably needs some like actual mint.
It does. Yeah, it's a weird flavor.
It actually needs some alcohol. That's
I
what
don't. It doesn't taste
That's
like
a
mint
little
or a mojito
Not
at all.
much.
That's Tony.
5.9%.
That much. That much.
I mean, 5.9. That's reasonable.
5.9 is reasonable.
It's-
4.5 is like, why am I drinking 90 calories
Yeah.
of nothing? I
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
actually a splash of vodka in here. It's kind of ridiculous.
So
So you-
I got a question about the Smirnoff, not the drink that you have in your hand, but the drink like bottle, vodka bottle.
Oh.
If you drink 4 of those, now question here: if you drink 4 of those in a night, is it dangerous or is it hazardous? Because that's what I did when I was 19 years old. I drank a
Depends
whole.
on your tolerance. It depends on your
19?
tolerance.
At 19, I was like, hey, I was camping and we had a bonfire and I'm like, we had to go all out. So I'm like, listen, I streaked like 5 minutes beforehand. And, so I needed something to recuperate.
How,
Yeah.
Hey, Dre, just so I don't forget about you. How are you alive?
Well, they shocked my system about 4 or
That's a
5
lot.
times. So I'm good.
Good God. That's
That's-
persistence.
That's a lot.
Persistence.
Were they sharing bottles or were they solo bottles?
No, there was solo. There was like big bottles for myself. So that was it. Nobody didn't drink it. Hence the nickname Schmierf.
Today's episode is brought to you by Smear.
If you want to sponsor me, send
Please.
more.
Yeah.
And Jaeger if you have it.
Yes, I
will-
fucking love Jägermeister.
I'm
with you.
That was another bottle we had. Instead of like cognac, when you go and sit there at the fire, you're like, "Hello, how you doing? My name is Antoya." Like
That's why
that.
you do like this with the cube of ice,
A Cuba Gooding Jr. Yeah.
No, you get like the Jägermeister bottle and you just go.
Oh yeah, there's
So
there's
you
no
like the
shame in
Jaeger.
that game. Oh, I love shame. I love Jaeger. I love
love
shame too,
Jaeger.
I guess.
You love shame.
But I was gonna say there's no shame in that game, but yes, I love Jaeger and I love shame. Sure, what
Fuck
the
it.
well, one comes with the other naturally.
Oh, sorry. Are we
so.
swearing? Is that I don't know.
Yeah, you can swear. Fuck that shit. Let's go.
Oh, I was
Jesus
just-
Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Holy bananas. I mean,
Holy oh, hamburgers.
Boondock Saints.
I
Boondock.
went the other way.
Oh man.
No, but that's what I did. I had Jägermeister. Here's another little tidbit story. When you go camping and you bring, I don't know, let's say 15 bottles of hard alcohol and 3 cases of beer, and you're only there for fucking Friday and Saturday. Yeah.
Can you finish it?
No, we didn't finish it, but
Okay.
the cops told us to get out because we had so much alcohol that we should get going. I'm like, we can't drive. How are we
You can't
gonna
drive
go?
or you can't drive 55.
No, we could not see the car. How about that?
Can't drive 55.
5 o'clock in the morning and we couldn't see shit.
Wow.
So
I've never been that kind of drunk before. I mean, I guess I would say I've been blackout drunk, but it wasn't like that drunk. I just got really tired and then I fell on the floor. Long story short, so I used to, some friends and I, we had Nintendo Wiis and we would all bring them to my house and we would have a Wii party, or we called it a Wii competition or
bet.
whatever. Eventually it became a Wii party,
Yikes.
but so
a weed party?
weed party? No,
No.
Wii wasn't legal at that.
That's right. Okay. I don't know what that
I
was.
love that. I love that fucking thing. So oh God. So we had a Wii party, and everybody who came in, you pay $5 to get in the competition, and it was the Wii Sports competition. So the
I thought you were
first
talking
game.
about stripping.
No.
Well, I guess it depends on which room that you were in
So
at the time.
bowling or
So we had-
racquetball?
We
or
had
something?
it was the Wii Sports. We had bowling, the number of pins, you get so many points for that, and then golf, do like 3 holes and you get so many points for that. Tennis, you do doubles and you get so many points for that. And then what was the other one? What was it? There was another one. You get so many points for that. Anyway, after 4 events, however many points that you get first, second, and third. And if there was a tie, then you would duke it out with the person that you were tied with the boxing game. And that's how you determined who won that position. So if you were tied for first, 2 people tied for first, you box it out. The winner gets first place, the loser gets second place, and that knocks the person who was second place down to third, and the other person gets jacked out.
Yeah.
So I remember one time, and I think it was the last time that we did the Wii party, the Wii competition, the Wii got drunk, and I drank so much, I think I was only in the second game, and I remember playing it, and then I remember waking up on the floor, being dragged into my bedroom, and then the next morning I remember waking up with my friend handing me $15 and saying, "You got third place. By the way, you didn't finish any of the games last night. Congratulations." So even in my drunken stupor, I did better than the rest of the people there.
Well,
isn't that great though? You playing, like, say for me, I played pool, and
I'm a game champion.
what
can I say?
I was playing pool, and I played 2 games in the tournament, and I was doing great, and I remember it. The last 2, I do not fucking remember it, but apparently we won. And I'm like, how? I don't remember shit.
Well done.
Was I walking? Did I shit? I don't know. You know.
Speaking of walking and not knowing what's going on, so when Deelo and I were out in New York, we stayed on, I think it was 39th. I think it was 39th. There was this hotel on 39th Avenue. We were supposed to be at 42nd or 43rd to watch the ball drop. We didn't get there, so we went the opposite direction. And there was a bar that was near the Empire State Building. So we got our drink on there, and we drank a lot. And
Is that true?
Yes, it would be true.
And after it was like about
go ahead.
It was about 1:30, something like that, and we left. And he's like, "Well, I'm just gonna go back to the hotel and get some shut eye," because we were leaving early the next day.
No.
And I said, "Okay, I'm gonna go back to Times Square so that I can say officially I was here on New Year's Eve." Because I wasn't until I actually walked in there. Yeah, I'm that guy who gets the participation prize. So I got, so I walked in there and I took a bunch of pictures, and the alcohol was starting to take effect.
Oh boy.
And then on the way back, I ran into this guy who was at a hot dog cart, and he was buying a hot dog, and I decided to buy a hot dog, and we started talking, and he had this carrier sack on him, and he flips it open, and he says, "Hey, want to take a swig?" And he pulls up this clear liquid, and it had when he unscrewed the top, it had like the little grating on it, and you know how high of a octane that drink is when it has to have a little wire mesh on it to keep it from exploding or whatever. Anyway, I'm like, I guess when in Rome, so like, yeah, sure, I'll take a sip of that. So I'm not like contacting my lips or anything on the bottle, because that's going to make any difference.
Yeah, because that's going to help at that point,
right? And so I'm like holding it above my head, and I'm just letting it drizzle into my word hole, and the guy's like, whoa, settle down. Apparently he knew what it was. I had no fucking clue what it was. It was really good. And he was like, "Okay, I will just hand it right back to you." I got my food. He got his food. We talked for a little bit. He was like, "Oh, well, have a great time," or "I hope you had a great time. Happy New Year. Have a safe trip back to Michigan. And do you want another sip?"
No, so he offered you more.
He offered me more.
For free?
I obliged.
Oh, boy.
For free. I took some more, and it hit me instantly. Like the next block that I got to, I'm like, I am severely fucked. Hey, there's a bunch of confetti on the ground. So I started picking up confetti, jamming it into my pockets as much as I could fit into both of my pockets. And I had a pretty big peacoat that time. And I was starting to walk toward 39th Avenue, where our hotel was at.
Thank
or
God
39th
you
Street.
remembered. Ugh.
And I was like, okay, I got to go here, and I got to go here, and I got to turn right here. I turned right on the street, and I kept walking, and I didn't recognize where the fuck I was, because in New York, it's just a sea of concrete.
Yeah.
And
buildings,
floor to ceiling, you're just surrounded by buildings. So everything looks the same when you're drunk.
At 3 a.m.
And I was heading toward it wasn't the East River, it was the Hudson River. I got pretty damn close to it when I realized I need to go the opposite direction.
Oh my God.
And so here I am, pockets full of confetti, loose confetti, bladder full of whatever wants to come out, and it's almost making its way out. And I'm like, do I do the New York thing and just pee wherever I want to go?
I was gonna ask, is that a thing?
I don't know.
Like literally,
is that a thing, Dre? Is that a thing?
You could do that in we call it the woods, but not in the city.
Okay, like against a building is like. No.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you were like in an alley, probably maybe, but not.
I was not in an alley.
I don't think you want to be in an alley at 3 a.m. with your dong out.
Right?
Probably not a good idea.
No.
Probably not a good idea.
Well, I mean, unless you're offering.
Well, then if you're out there and you could do this, you could better smoke weed and
Smoke weed every day.
So then that's
Well,
about
that's
it.
different.
So here I am trying to remember where I'm going. I'm getting my bearings and I start heading the other direction. I'm like, oh, if it's not this way, it's got to be this way. So I'm trudging back. I text Deelo. I'm like, hey, man, are you still up? I got to, whatever. And he's like, yeah.
Oh.
He was fortunately up and he said, yeah, the door is locked. You have to knock on it when you get there. Glad I knew that at the time. So I have to pee really bad. I'm banging on the door big time. And this guy comes trudging out and he's like looking at me thinking,
Oh my
is
God.
this guy going to fucking like assault me or something if I open the door? I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta pee. I'm right there. So he opens the door. I'm rushing through up the steps to the right. I get in the hotel room with a key card and all that stuff. First order of business, I make a run for the bathroom. Thank God that was like right when you get into the door.
Yeah.
The next morning, I remember waking up and there was a trail of confetti all the way down the hall to the door. The whole plan of the confetti was I was going to get into the hotel room and just take as much as I could in both hands and stand over Deelo and shout, Happy New Year! And I told him that the next morning. He said, I'm glad you didn't. You wouldn't have a face anymore.
Street confetti.
Street confetti.
Street confetti. Hard pass.
Hey,
Hard pass.
but what if it's triple wash like
Sounds
lettuce?
like a great idea when you're totally hammered.
And it was.
Yeah, I totally.
Anyway, it was on
I
the
love
floor.
New
You're like, oh, jeez, what the?
Still smells okay.
Yeah.
It still smells okay.
I have been known to floor dance when I'm really, really, really intoxicated. And
Floor
that's
dance?
oh yeah.
What is
It's
that?
floor dance. So typically when I get really hammered.
So like anywhere near table
Here-
dance?
Here we go, folks.
Yeah, but you're like
Here we
you're
go.
on the floor. When I get really hammered, I like to sober up by dancing.
On the floor?
We did this at the beer fest a couple
weeks
weekends ago.
Yeah.
They had a silent disco. You could go and like put on headphones and go
Oh, yeah,
dance.
yeah, yeah.
And so
I
I
remember.
partook because I was like, all right, I had nothing but 12% plus for like
Yeah, you
the
guys
whole beer
started
fest.
right off.
That's what you do at a beer fest.
But
You
that's what you
enjoy the
do.
good stuff early. 'cause-
And I was telling Tony, I said the weather is really contributing to my choices because it was cold, it was rainy, so I was heading towards the stouts, and the 12% just sounded. I mean, the stouts sounded nice and cozy, so that's what I did. But after about 5 of them, I was like, I need to dance. I know this. I know what this is about, and so I stopped drinking and I go find the silent disco and I dance anyway. So this is what happens. I like to sober up by drinking. And so I
Wait, you like to sober up by
I like
drinking?
to sober up. Or, I mean, I like to sober up by dancing. By
I was
dancing.
gonna say that
I
makes.
was gonna say, I'm like,
So you're
oh.
right.
That's
You caught me.
that's
You're-
a long way home.
Go ahead. You like to sober up by dancing.
by dancing for a while.
Sarah,
And
is
so
this the
anyway,
song- Oh, sorry.
what?
Is
What'd you
this
say?
the song that you were dancing with? Like.
Well, Tony's doing the Carlton. Probably not so much, but
Okay.
I mean, it's not unusual if you did though.
it's not unusual for Tony to do the Carlton. So yes, I will. I've been known to dance off my alcohol, and sometimes if I've had too much, instead of being this way, I'm this way, and so I'm laying on the floor dancing.
All right.
And people will just, I mean, it's in my home. I don't do it like on the street or in bars or anything. That would be weird. But if it's in the comfort of my own home, then yes, I will just dance on the floor to whatever I want until I feel soberish.
Fair enough.
Soberish.
Soberish. That's a good TV
And now
show.
that's on camera. So.
I don't know. I don't
On the
dance
record.
as it is because I made a mistake of. Now, my for instance, if I was drinking and dancing, I'm all feet. So we went to.
I just picture like the Hanna-Barbera feet.
No. This was more like I was working at a company and we had a Christmas party, so we went to like a restaurant. And we went to this restaurant, and my choice of food was alcohol all the way through. So that was it. I did not eat. I didn't do nothing. I just drank, and I was like the drunkest motherfucker there. All of a sudden, they're like, "Hey, we're going to an after-hours bar." I'm like, "All right, let's go. I'm not driving. No problem." So we went to a Spanish club. Now I'm walking there wearing a suit and overcoat, and we go in there, and everybody's getting, we call it, the metal detector going on. Hence you're in Long Island, New York. You gotta to make sure you have no fucking weapons.
Right.
So
Pretty much anywhere now.
Yeah, but no, this is like way before even that. So
before it was the trend.
Yeah. So then
everybody was doing things so cool to do.
So they're going through this whole thing, and all of a sudden I get up there. They just like, okay, you can go in. We don't have to scan you. And I'm like, okay. I didn't think of it at first. I'm like, whatever. So I went to the bar and they parted the Red Sea, from the bar, and I went and got I'm like, what the fuck's going on? My friend's like, what the hell's this? Well, anyway, so one lady, thought, hey, cool, whatever. I don't know. It's like, just grabbed me, like, let's dance. I'm like, okay. I started doing what I thought was a dance, and I stepped on both of her feet. Like, wham, like Bigfoot. Boom, boom. You go, okay, that's it. We're going to sit back down. And I'm like, and I don't dance after that. That was it. I'm like, I'll do slow dancing, but I won't do, we call it, like regular fucking dancing. Because
slam dancing.
I got kicked out of a bar for dancing one time. I remember.
What did you do?
I was in college.
How did you do that?
I was in college.
Do tell.
It was the 90s. It was the 90s. Back in the days, you remember the show Living Color?
Oh yeah.
So
that was a while ago.
Mid 90s, you used to do all these synchronized like
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, and I used to be able to do a whole like split kind of a thing.
What?
So I had the thing where I would jump
He was
off
nimble.
of, like we had. I'm trying not to name the places because
The name of the place is.
I already know which place you're talking
It
about.
was
I'm pretty
MSU
confident.
area,
Right,
because that's where I went to school.
He doesn't know what MSU is.
And I Michigan
State University.
Okay.
And so I would jump off the
Mid-Michigan.
tables and actually land into splits and then jump back up. I mean, it was ridiculous. And the guy came around. I had not really had more than a drink. And the guy goes, "You're out of here." I was like, "Why?" He goes,
Because you dance too good.
"That's what it was like." I was like, "Because I'm a dancer? What the hell?"
Dancing queen.
You clearly came here with skills I don't possess. Get out of here.
Like, I've only had one drink. He goes, "You're done. You're done."
You're done.
I'm like, what the
You're
fuck?
done.
You done messed up, Ron.
Was this the one that is this the one that is the Irish one, or is this the one that was the dirty
This
one?
was
The dirty one.
Was this the dirty one or the Irish one?
It was the one in the basement.
Oh, in the
Oh.
basement.
Still exists.
Okay.
No, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Used
Oh.
to.
Oh,
All right, we'll just say sensations and
like, you're out of here.
Oh, okay. I
You
thought it had
can't dance
something.
no more.
you remember sensations, right?
You dance too good. Hit the bricks.
Yes.
You dance too good.
I used to do this little Russian dance too thing.
What the?
Yeah, I can still,
Like
I can still
like
pull
this
that off.
thing?
Yeah, a couple of
Okay.
gummies, and I can pull that
A
off.
couple of gummies. I don't feel a thing. I feel nothing. I feel nothing.
I can see it now. He's like dancing, and they come by. He goes, "Hey, Felipe."
Never see them dance.
We're-
Never see
Don't
them
worry, we'll
dance.
kick him out. Hey, white guy, come on, let's go.
You're out of here.
It's like it's like Street Fighter. Select your fighter.
Floor
Select
dancing.
your dancer.
Yeah, that's your floor dancing. I mean, I dance upright, but I also dance, horizontal.
I
That's the word.
got kicked out of a place, but it was like 15 minutes before closing time, and that was like the
It
stupidest.
doesn't count.
It doesn't.
I remember
Why-
the story. I know the story. I know the story.
Right, exactly. It was so Deelo and I had a bowling league, and we used to go to this one place that had karaoke. I am a sucker for karaoke.
Was I there then?
Yes, you were, but you were in the other half because there was like two halves to this bar. There was
You
one that
were
had like
there.
there
You
was
were
one place
doing
that
the
had
Russian dance.
live music.
I feel like I remember this.
They had live music on that side, and they think there was a band that was playing there that night. And so you were on that side. You were doing whatever, hanging out with. I think you found a couple people that you recognize, and so you were talking with them, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'll just be over here on the karaoke side. And I remember drinking quite a few, and I remember doing a song, and somebody asked if they could join me. So I'm like, yeah, I waved them in during my song. And then I thought, well, hey, maybe that person who I waved in, maybe they'll let me go and sing with them as well. So when it was their turn toward the end of the night, I got up on stage, and the guy who's the I don't know, bouncer, whatever you want to call it. He like, you have to get back down here right now. I'm like, and I'm thinking, I'm trying to make the argument like, I'm just returning the favor. This is simpatico. Reciprocal. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
I know.
And so I got back down, and then I had another drink, and then after that I drank water and drank more water, and then I was just dancing off to the side, and the guy's like, "You've had enough to drink. It's time to go." 15 minutes before they closed.
You're like, I was done with this place.
What the
anyway,
fuck? You're an oh my god, that pissed me off so much.
Do you ever think
help me with the logic? You've had too much to drink. You have to leave.
None of that, but he switched it over to water.
I switched it on. I was drinking water, and I already paid my tab.
If you see someone that's too drunk to be at your establishment, you are sending them away. How do you think they're going to get home?
Instead of letting them drink the water.
You're right. Well, it's like that song.
I mean, give them the 15 minutes to drink the water. Maybe cut them off.
Well, it's like that song Closing Time.
know?
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Right. Well, and he could have said that. He could have said you're cut off, and you would have said, I already cut myself off. So
And you could have said, I'm
and
just drinking water
told him,
from here
I told
on
him
out,
this is
man.
my second water.
Yeah. And like, this is what I need. If you want me to leave safely, I will stay the rest of the 15 minutes.
Did you
drinking
say
my water?
Would you say safely?
I know you don't want to say the name.
Flee, because I can say flee.
No,
what was the
safely.
bar? I know you don't want to say the name.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't exist anymore. It used to. It was
Okay.
supposed
I remember
to
that
be.
one.
Okay.
I remember that one.
It was supposed to be
It's a big
Tim
to-do.
McGraw's "I Love This Bar and Grill." That didn't happen.
Yeah, I remember which
There was a
Sorry.
whole thing behind that, and so changed to a different place. I don't
I
remember
remember
what it
the
was,
name.
but-
I remember what it was. I'd never been there.
Dre, you having fun with our conversation?
Jump on in there.
I'm waiting for like a part where I could be able to get in, so no problem.
We're hijacking your show. I'm sorry.
Okay, hey, listen,
Three of
I
us,
had,
one of you.
I had the trash. Listen, I had the Trash Panda podcast on, and we were going on a ride to the store. We called with this guy, and he was on the podcast. He goes, "Listen, I'll be right back." And he has a phone with the whole Zoom chat, and he goes right into 7-Eleven, grabs a Bang, we call it energy drink, and some hot Cheetos. And he
Hot Cheetos.
And then he's driving, picking up his friend, and the other guys are like, "The fuck you doing? We're on this podcast, and you're going shopping." I'm like, awesome.
Disrespect.
So I'm like, hey, it was cool. I'm like, it is what it is. We just do have a good fucking time. That's what it is.
But it shows that you can take the Tattoo Squid podcast anywhere you go.
It's on the road.
You can keep it in your pocket too because you're on the phone. Anyway,
Ta-da.
but I had. Is it fun when you? I mean, not fun, but is it like?
No, it's terrible when we're talking.
When you're talking about like getting cut off like 15 minutes before they close or whatever, you're getting cut off or thrown out. Is it bad when you get cut off before you get into the bar?
Wait a minute.
Generally not a good sign.
Does that ever happen to anybody in this room?
Well, it happened. It happened to me, but also I fell out of the car. So I fell out of the car, and the guy looked at me. Yeah. Well, here's the story. On a certain birthday I had, we went to one bar. I drank like 7 shots of Jaeger in a row, and then we went to another bar, which is near my house. So my friend didn't want to go like all over the place, so we went to the bar that was near my house, my place. Went over there. Now his car, his passenger side door would not open, so he rolled down the window, and I had to climb in like the Dukes of Hazzard, but face first. So I might
Ass
have
up,
where
feet out.
yeah, the feet were hanging like this and going like this, and he's like, "What's the speed limit?" I'm like, 55. Because my face is where your feet should be, so all you hear is a muffle going 55. And he's like, "Well, I'm going 90. I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And I'm like, and I feel my feet going like this. So I get to the bar, I'm crawling out of the seat and out of the window, and I fell over on my ass. And then I got up, and the bartender just looked through the window and went, like, "You're cut." And I'm walking in, I'm like, "Just give me a shot of Jaeger and a beer, and I'm gone." And then I was like,
You're like, "Can I get that to go?"
no, but he gave it like that, and then he goes, and then one guy, actually my brother-in-law was in the background. He goes, "It's his birthday," and he goes, "Okay, we'll give him one," and like that. And apparently, I went to the wrong house to go home. 8 times. 8 times. So walking down the street. Now, my house is down
eight times the same wrong house or a different house each
8
time?
different houses.
Oh, shit.
8 different houses. So I'm like, I remember this too. So I'm like walking down the street. Now my house is like near the ocean and all that. So it's near like the river. Go down there. And I'm knocking on his house. I'm like, well, wait a minute. We have no fence out in the front yard. And I'm like, the fuck? And I'm like, okay. Oh, wrong house. And I go down and I'm like, oh, I get to the other one. I'm like, what? How come they have the dogs in the front yard? Oh, shit, wrong fucking house. Then I get to the other house. My friend is like, listen, you live down that way. You know, you're at the wrong fucking house. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, and then I get to the house, and I remember getting in, and I get upstairs, and my wife is like in the upstairs apartment. As soon as I went through the door and I shut the door, blacked out. I had no idea what went on. The next day is what people dread every fucking time. You know, you don't want to hear what happened. He's like, you.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
They're the consequential next day.
I'm sitting there. I'm smoking a cigarette. I got coffee in front of me. My head's going like this. And all of a sudden, here's my wife like, do you want to know what you did last night? And I'm like, no, I do not fucking want to know what I did last night. She goes, well, I'm going to tell you anyway. So she's like, you looked at me like you were going to punch me in the face. And I'm like, okay, I still don't want to fucking know. She goes, you didn't do anything. You just laid on the bed, face up. She goes, I felt sorry for you because I thought you were going to throw up and choke. So she tried to roll me on my side. And then as I was rolling on my side, I rolled off the bed. And then my chin was resting on the nightstand like this. And I'm like, listen, I'll just stay right here. And that's what I said to her. And she goes, no, just give me your leg, and pulled me up. And then for some reason I got up and I went to the bathroom. And I'm like, did I flush? And she goes, yeah. And
well, that's the important question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not going
to
get into the story of how my wife got drunk and the bathroom looked like somebody got shot by an Uzi.
She doesn't want you telling that.
Well, she passed away.
I do.
Wants you telling that.
Now. No, and I'm not saying this to be mean, but my wife passed away years ago, so from cancer and all that. But that's the reason I can tell the story about it. So it's a funny story, and
It's more of an endearing. In your own way.
That's how we met. We met, at a bar, a restaurant bar, the same one that I would go to for my birthday and all that. So it's like where it is. We met there. We ate dinner there. We had our birthdays there. She had her what's the bachelorette party? Not bachelorette party. What's that thing where they put the little headdress thing on you and for the bride?
Yeah, it's bachelorette.
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure what the name was.
I was going to say quinceañera.
Well, that would be 15 years old. And
facetiously, but and I knew it was going to go wrong, just like that.
God.
Just like yeah.
When she passed away, my in-laws were like, "Listen, we're going to have the not the funeral thing, but the ceremony, the funeral, whatever it is."
The viewing or the...
No, not even doing. She was cremated, so they brought the cremations to the restaurant bar and had a little in the background to like where we could have the people hang out, like the and it was really cool. So and I was like, you know what? I did my kicking and screaming and crying like months before, and so I'm like, I kept on drinking until I was sober. And I was sober like at the end of the night. Wasn't even drunk. I wasn't even slipping. I wasn't even doing. I could drive straight if I wanted to, but but let alone I was drinking Coors Light, and everybody's like, that's not drinking. That's not drinking. Yeah, it's like drinking water. I'm like, well, I'm from Pennsylvania, so fuck you. I was living in Pennsylvania, so that's what we were drinking, like pale ass fucking water, somewhat.
Don't people from Pennsylvania drink Yingling specifically?
No, there was a beer called, I lived in Luzerne, so they had their own brewery.
Oh, okay.
And so it was called Lion's Head Brewery, which kind of like stuck with me because of, August, so I'm a Leo, so I love the Lion's Head Brewery kind of stuff, so. And I could drink like a 24 case of that in one fucking night. And there'd be no problem. And I could still walk around and talk and whatever, blah, 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 and then go to sleep and not feel a thing. Well, obviously not feel a thing, but but then the next day I have no hangover or anything. So,
what's a place in Pennsylvania you recommend visiting?
Any bar in Pennsylvania. That's
I was gonna say anything besides a bar.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I never really. Well, there is the mining tour. There's like a mining thing where they take you 600 we call it feet down below to see how the mining is. And there is like a huge catacomb thing where you can go wear the hard hat and be in that whole area. And it's all fucking like, it's like being in an air conditioned room since you're down level and it's all like cool below the level.
I hear that's Kevin Spacey's favorite place to go because he's looking for miners.
Oh, wow.
And you thought the Quinceañera was bad.
This might be the only time you will edit your podcast.
No, it's okay. I had done. Listen,
MINERS, people with mining hat. How dare you take that joke out of context, both of all three of you?
There was one thing I was talking about where you're not supposed to talk about, and it was a certain wrestler that did something, and I'm not going to say what, because you probably know this.
You can always use the word allegedly. That gets you out of any...
Yeah, but I'm not going to say the person's name, because I said it, and that's the only time I edited something on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
That was the only time I edited, because I asked a friend of mine that's on a wrestling podcast, and I'm like, yeah, I talked about this, and is it okay if I put this sound effect where he almost sounds like he's going to do what he's going to do?
I don't know the story.
Like before, and he's like, no, don't fucking air that shit. He goes, don't, that's the worst case that you're going to do.
And that's what friends are there for.
Yeah.
Stop me from doing stuff. And that's why these people aren't my friends.
That's why I always...
They don't stop me from doing anything. No, just kidding. I love you both.
We will stop you if we have to shoot you. Yeah. How are we going to stop him? Shoot him in the leg. Okay.
It works.
It works. It does. It hurts like
anybody, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So I gotta bring something up here, Dre. And
I didn't do it.
No, that's true. You didn't. You didn't. You had nothing to do with it. But I wanna bring this up because so
she was legal. Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Well, she's not anymore. Technically,
that's 3 strikes.
Technically, she's not anymore, and it will make sense in a moment here. So, in previous episodes, you would ask your guests who would outlive one or the other. Would it be?
Oh, yes, I remember. Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that you were a huge fan of Betty White. So I was listening to that episode as well about the Betty White tribute, and I thought that was very well done. I really like that.
There is also a story about it because there's friends of mine at work, and this is gonna be so bad. Thank God I don't think they listen to my podcast anyway. But anyway,
well, nobody listens to ours either. So
look now. Oh, great. Now he's leaving.
Oh, Deelo just left.
He just left the building. Fuck.
His headphones are there.
I done something wrong for
him to sit in his spot.
No.
Just like go back. But what I wanted to say was that and I know you were joking when you said it too. You're like, maybe I was talking about it and I put that in the universe and that's why she maybe she listened to the podcast and that's why she died. Like, oh, that's sad. But no, but I thought it was a very well done tribute to her though. That was really
it was which you probably heard the thing. I don't know if any of the group heard what I said about it, that when me and my girlfriend were looking for houses. Now we're looking at like mobile home houses or whatever, and we're driving around, and my girlfriend turns around and she's like, I'm like,
she gasped like
audibly. But then she's like, I'm like, what? She goes, what? No, you're driving, you're merging. I'll tell you when you finish merging. And I'm like, okay, all right. And this is on New Year's Eve. The day that she passed away, and then she's like, Betty White dies, and I'm like, I'm gonna eat fucking crow now, and I'm like, shit, because in my mind I'm like, she's strong-willed. Yeah, she would make the 100th episode. I mean, the 100th
birthday
on the birthday, and I'm like, I had no idea in recollection in my mind that was gonna be it. I was like, but it is what it is. So
that can happen to anybody at any time.
Yeah,
exactly. And if it was Keith Richards, would you have had the same? Would you have had the same response? Probably not.
Yeah,
because Keith Richards is on a collision course.
I mean, honestly, Keith Richards died like 3 times already. So I mean,
he's working on a baker's dozen.
Yeah, and he's keeping up there with Steven Tyler, and the same plastic surgeon
Lifestyle
everything,
and-
so.
Yeah.
But if you could play a scene in we call it Pirates of the Caribbean and look the same while you're playing Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp's father, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, wasn't Captain Jack Sparrow based on Keith Richards anyway?
Yeah,
That's what I've heard.
the walking, the talking, and
Yeah,
the
he
whole-
modeled
The
a little
look,
bit.
everything. Yeah,
everything was about him.
Yeah, I had a hard time not seeing who was his Fear and Loathing. It felt a little
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
It felt a little Hunter S. Thompson influence, just because, the slurring and the kind of this and that. Like, I just felt a little bit of it. But I mean, I could see the Keith Richards just from like the look.
Yeah.
Like the
Right.
like the eyeliner and that kind of heavy makeup and that kind of thing. But I felt like it was a combination of
Just he looked like he had been put through like the ringer.
yeah.
But we could
Weathered. He
Weathered.
looked weathered.
but with but then also I was talking to Chat Smash and they brought up the whole
That was a great episode, by the way. I
Oh,
really
you heard the Chat Smash one?
I did.
Yeah, that was like
Tony's caught up.
I like that.
I was like, holy shit, man. I was like, at first they were like, oh, it's just going to be me. And I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. I mean, whoever, it's 1 or 3 or 4, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Sure.
And the whole time the whole thing's going on, one of them would come in and do a skit,
Yep.
of a comedy skit. So all of a sudden after, I'm talking to, Vinny, Chat Smash, and all of a sudden after, there's Big Fuss coming up from above, beneath the table, going like looking like a soldier. He's like, "Hey, I just finished the war. What year is it?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then all of a sudden, here's the other guy comes around, and he goes, "You want to buy some potatoes?" And I'm like, "What? The fuck?"
Just some random shit.
It's just random shit just going on, just random. And then all of a sudden the same guy, Big Floss, would come around. And he goes, and he looks like a cop, and he goes, "Hey, have you seen this guy?" And he draws a picture of me, from the Zoom chat. And he goes, "Have you seen this person?" And I'm like, no, it's me. He goes, wait, Trey, go do a side profile. I'm like, this. He goes, no, it's not him. And
Allegedly. That should be our word of the day for this episode.
I'm a doppelganger. That's what I am. But
Pretty open to any format, basically.
yeah, basically, I perform Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and please
Sure to tip your wait staff.
Yeah, wait staff and your bartenders and everything.
There you go.
The strippers too. Throw the dollar, go like that.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I mean, everybody needs to get a little bit of love. Everybody needs to get paid for their services.
Unless
rendered.
you're on a stage where it's above the bar and about 20 feet in the fucking air, you gotta roll that motherfucking dollar up like this and then toss it like a ping pong ball.
And you only hope that they catch it.
I'm gonna guess I'm the only one here that has not been to a strip club.
You're missing out.
Is that
Actually,
true?
you're not.
Is that true?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
I wouldn't expect you to actually.
I know a little bit of a story, but I'm not going to confirm or deny it. That's not
sounds
my
like a
story to tell.
Wait, was that when we went together?
All
That's
together.
not
Like,
a
that's
story that I'm willing to
confirmation
tell.
all together. Are you kidding?
Actually, I
You
don't.
just
I don't.
confirmed it.
I actually don't think we've ever been to a strip club together, right?
winning.
Yeah. Have we?
You and I have not.
I didn't think so.
No.
Okay.
And you and I have not.
And I haven't. Been,
no.
I have
And
not.
you
been
two
one.
have not either.
No,
I have not been to one in ages. So
I've not been to one ever. No,
I don't
sorry.
think anybody has. They've been closing down left and right. I mean, even in Long Island, there used to be one like everywhere, and
Everywhere.
now you don't see it.
That
Yeah.
makes sense though. I mean, it's COVID protocols. I mean, how do you strip six, or like how do you do
you strip with a mask on.
dances when you have to maintain 6 feet of space? How do you do that? You can't.
Get behind the bar.
It's
That's it.
impossible.
Yeah.
Do you wear like a full body condom as like a patron and then just suffocate while the activity's going on?
That naked gun influence.
I know.
No,
I say Liam Neeson, but no, that's not him.
I'm like,
Leslie
my
Nielsen.
my
Leslie
Long
Nielsen.
Island knowledge is very limited. I'll be really honest.
So is mine. So I mean, honestly,
That's why they call it because
I
it happened to
literally-
have so many strip
Lolita,
joints. They called it Long
right?
Island.
Like that story
if
and
you
Lisk,
know what I mean.
and that's the depth of my knowledge.
You have not been to any strip clubs.
And you guys
ever.
don't know what Lisk is, and he knows what Lisk is. So
You
Yeah.
haven't been to any strip
Somebody
club
fills in
ever.
the blank.
what'd you say?
You have never been to a strip club.
No.
Not one.
No.
Not even like a guy's review thing or something.
You are one.
Oh
pathetic loser.
shit!
Yeah.
Pathetic loser.
I know. Holy shit! I totally forgot.
And
Thank
then you watched the Kids in the Hall thing last night and a bunch
I
of
did. It was
peen.
full on Frank and Beans. I totally forgot. I totally forgot. Thank you for that
Kids in the
refresher.
Hall, the new one. I love the new one. I love that new series.
Did you watch the new episode?
I seen a couple of them, and like the
Yeah.
very first one with the fucking dick and balls hanging
All
out.
the
I'm
Frank
like-
and Beans. It's a
I
lot.
have yet to see it.
I was like,
It was a shock, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it
That's a
was a
little
shock.
shock.
I was like, wow, thank God it's on Prime and not on fucking like syndication fucking
Right.
TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I recommended it in a previous episode of ours, and I had to go put a disclaimer today and said, if this is something you want to revisit with like your teens or your family,
Yeah.
or whatever, don't.
No, not with the penis or the masturbation scene. No.
Yeah, don't do
Yeah.
that. But the strip club scene,
Yeah,
sorry,
oh.
spoiler, was
Oh, God.
fabulous. It was
That
great.
is fabulous, especially the
great.
wife. Hold on. Let me get
Right. I have arthritis now.
Oh God.
You'll have to watch it.
I gotta
Sorry,
watch this
we're
now.
spoiling this whole thing for
Oh
Tony.
no, that's quite all right. I know
Oh,
it's gonna.
you haven't seen? Okay, I'm going to shut
Oh,
up.
sorry.
No, you guys are
I know,
fine.
me
You guys
too.
are fine. I'll
I'm
watch this tonight.
ruining it. Yeah, okay.
I'll watch this tonight. Don't worry.
Have
I
you
had
ever seen the Netflix the Penta? Oh, I forgot the name with
No.
Mike Myers.
No. It was
Oh.
not- I
Oh,
heard it
Mike
was-
Myers. Okay.
I heard it was
Oh.
not great.
Oh, I
Wow.
love.
Is there your better recommendation?
That's my recommendation. I love that fucking series, man. I was watching that thing. I was like, wow, nice.
But it's kind of like what he's normally done, like doing multiple characters and
Yeah.
it's with those characters and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah,
so
but I
kinda
never
like
figured it to be like so much like 5 in a row or 6 in a row and then all that, or being in the same room. Yeah, I'm like, holy shit, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm like, goddamn. He left the
kinda-
game. What the fuck did I do wrong?
He's
checking
here's
the,
Johnny.
where's your axe, bro? Raw. Where's your axe even at?
Oh my god.
Oh, right. Show your.
He's got-
don't hurt
okay.
yourself.
Oh no.
Oh, damn.
He's ruining the whole spectacle that this
Next on Tattoo Squid podcast, we're gonna wreck the scene.
I'm gonna have to.
we're
come
gonna
on.
ruin Tony's basement.
You might have to come around the other side. You get
So
it?
I had, I didn't want everybody to see the basement because there's a ton of shit going on here. So I thought I'd hang some curtains. That's why it looks the way that it does. And that one fell. I didn't do a very good job putting that together.
But with the Zoom, like next time when you do the Zoom, you can go and do this whole background thing. So
Can you grab me the make?
But the thing is, so for
Is there
this,
mango in
for all these quadrants here that are on our side, I'm using OBS software. It's open broadcast software, and then multiple cameras
I'm
going.
still trying to figure that out.
And then, we can talk about that after the show if you want.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And so, I'm using all these cameras plus the podcast logo right here, and then throwing all that through Zoom as a virtual camera.
Oh, okay.
That's how I'm doing that. But
Yeah.
we can talk about that after the show.
Because I did the.
Because nobody wants to hear us talk about that shit right now.
No, I know. They were like, "What the hell is OBS?" I'm like, "That's other."
Old birdie bastard.
It's outwardly border security.
Security. Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, man.
Or border tossing security. Oh no.
I have to ask you a question, and this goes out to everybody here. So, all right. So this is a question, and now Sarah's sporting Truly. Let's get that on camera here. Oh, wrong one. We'll get Sarah there. There's Truly. Yum. Good. Looks good.
Wait, hold that pose. I'm taking a
All right.
picture.
There you go.
Oh, we're doing this one out of Crooked Tree.
All right, we'll get D'Lo in a second.
Is
here
this
to get
one
that
that
pose.
Not as blonde as you'd hoped. I know.
your buddy
No,
Nick
but
probably bought
look,
this over, didn't he?
It's
This
great
one
for
of
this
Nick's
music. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
God, I love this
You got one?
opposite shit.
Oh, you got an IPA.
Crooked Tree.
Ooh,
Yes, sir.
you
Crooked
have
Tree.
An IPA. You
Is
are
this Nick's?
brave.
Or did you actually pick it up?
It's our
Just showed up at your
it's our-
house.
it's our better fridge, and the better
the
fridge is open to everybody.
There
so-
is a better fridge.
There is a better fridge, although he left it open. I gotta close it.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. I'm gonna get
I get it.
I'm gonna get something for myself. But
Okay,
yeah. So I'll tell you what. You guys talk amongst yourselves. But I have a question for all four of us, all three of you, rather, because I can't do
I
that.
told
Now
you,
this,
but it would-
this is good.
Multi-
You
It would
like
be-
that?
You
I
got
like
multiple
this.
personalities, Tony. We forgot.
Go ahead, Tony.
You're not an
get your
IPA?
beverage.
I need more microphones for all
Oh.
those
Yeah.
personalities.
It's really strong. It's very hoppy. Were you
Oh, this
were
is
you an
very hoppy.
IPA fan when you were in your
My regular beer phase.
yeah, are you
Yeah,
not in a regular beer phase right now? You're not
I
in a
haven't.
phase?
Been, I haven't. I told you that. I haven't been able to drink beer like I used to. Like
Yeah,
something around the pandemic, like something during that time.
Hashtag pandemic.
I still like beer, but I can only drink maybe one or two, and then I start to get like my stomach gets unsettled.
Okay.
I don't know what the deal is.
You were drinking
Especially with an
more-
IPA.
Yeah, you were drinking lighter stuff a couple weekends ago at the beer fest.
Well,
It
I
was
started off with light stuff,
lighter
and then I
stuff?
turned around and went to all my stouts and the porters. The stouts and the porters are the best.
Oh, because that's you had the was it like a s'mores or something like that?
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah, no, it was a double stuffed
stout.
Oreo.
Okay,
Oh, that
that's
was
So
what
it was a stout with Oreo cookie tape flavor.
okay.
It was
It
pretty
was
awesome.
nice, yeah.
It was pretty good.
Hey,
Speaking of light,
I didn't meet a bad stout. there
speaking of
today.
light beers,
What?
What the
oh
shit
yeah,
is this?
we've
Who is
got
this
some
for?
Miller Light, baby.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's with the label?
I have no fucking clue. Now this was
called
this was
inclusion.
actually brought in by a friend of mine. So he brought in what is it, like a 12-pack of all these or something like that. But in my opinion, like Miller Lite and Coors Light, they kind of flip flop back and forth as being the best of the worst, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'll take Miller Lite any day. That's perfectly fine.
So you don't drink anymore. Do you find that to be a struggle from time to time or not?
Me, myself, now.
This is a struggle. I can't buy the fucking
Okay, so and you gave up on your own where you were just like, I can't do this anymore.
I had to pretty much got forced by the doctors
Okay.
because my heart at the time when they were like, oh, your heartbeat is all over the place. And then I'm like, okay. So I had to go back, and then they gave me like medication or whatever. And I'm like, listen, my birthday is in a couple of days after the visit of the doctors. And I'm like, listen, can I not take this medicine on my birthday so I can be able to have a good time? No, that's the cause of what your heart is doing. So that was the whole thing, and that was 4, maybe 5 years ago. So
Okay, so the physicians are saying that your drinking was causing the heart
basically, because here's the story. Here's the skinny of the whole thing. I was working 12-hour shifts, and this is when my wife was having the brain cancer. So I was drinking coffee in the morning, and then I would have a 5 a.m. energy drink going into work because it was an hour drive, and then I would take a energy drink, like a Rockstar energy drink, and then drink another one, and then another one, and then I would go and do coffee on the way home. And then now I'm like, I wake up, my heart's like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a lot of caffeine.
And it's like, the guy is like, are you trying to give yourself an instant fucking heart attack? And I'm like, no, I just worked a 12-hour shift, and I'm just trying to keep awake. And I wanted to see my wife that was in the rehab place. So I didn't want to go and not go there for a couple of days.
Sure.
So that was the whole thing. And then when I start blacking out, not from drinking, just blacking out entirely, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go see a doctor.
That's a wake up call beyond wake up call.
Yeah, basically that was the whole thing. So, but then that was like, I was in Pennsylvania and they told me to take this medicine, and then when I moved back, they didn't say nothing about taking the medicine, and I was fine for, I don't know, a year or two. And then my leg was like a little bit swollen. So then when I got a new job and I got medical and I went to go and see the doctor, and he kind of freaked out saying, hey, you might get a clot and you might die in your brain. And I'm like, well, thanks a lot. I love you too, fucking doctor. I come in here one fucking time and you're telling me I'm going to be in the grave. And I'm like, your bedside manner is not good. So, and then I had to go to the hospital to get checked out. And then when I got checked out, everything was fine. I went back to the guy, gave him the papers, handed it to him. He goes, oh, what medication are they going to give you? Nothing. They said I'm good. Oh, they're fucking lying. I'm like, were you fucking there? I'm like, my dad was there, and he said, just give him the paper. I'm like, there you go. But, now I just do medication, and that was it. So
Well, kudos for not partaking, because like I can understand it would be very difficult after doing that for so long and just kind of being used to that cycle.
Yeah.
I'm more of a social drinker, so typically whenever we get together is when I drink.
Yeah, I was thinking about this a moment ago. Like, we are just sounding like a bunch of, like, we're alcoholics.
Professional
but
alcoholics, really.
in truth,
I don't think any one of us drinks that much.
I don't think so.
I don't think, and it's
Except
more
for when
social.
we get together, yeah.
And I was gonna say it's always typically it's the second recording of the day.
Yeah.
Like the first recording of the day, we're
Didn't used
usually
to be.
pretty
It
dry.
didn't used to be.
Well, before my time. Before my
Yeah, before my time.
Y'all were deep into like the heavy stuff before.
Oh my God.
And I'm not talking
Oh,
just beer or these kind of things.
No, we were doing
we were
martinis
These
and
kind
everything.
of things.
Martini
Vodka,
Navratilova,
martinis, all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Martini
heavy
Hingus.
hard alcohol, hard liquor.
Yeah.
And then so
Hard
typically
liquor.
hard liquor. She says what?
Hello.
So
That's what she
yeah,
said.
typically it's like the second episode we'll start cracking something, and just to kind of like keep the vibe
Well,
going.
that's the way I
But
am.
yeah, it's not like we do, this is not the typical. So.
This is how I am. I mean, we call
Just nice, yeah.
Just butt
Oh,
in
that's-
there, Dre. Just butt in.
This is how I am. We call it. I go and meet people. They just want to fucking drink. That's what it is. I'm like, okay, I got that face that everybody wants to drink to. Yeah.
I think part of the reason I asked that just because I've been trying to give up smoking, and there's certain situations where I find it very difficult not to smoke right now. I've actually managed to be here the entire time and I haven't smoked. So
Yay!
thanks.
I did notice that, and
Thank
if
you
I
very-
didn't want to jinx it and say anything.
Thank you very little. Honestly,
Well, thank you. You can jinx it yourself.
Yeah,
Well-
yes, thank you very little. Where did this come from today?
You're not supposed to say that for your community there. We call it deelo.
What I started doing is I allow myself to smoke at home, but I do not take my smokes with me anywhere.
So you left them at home?
Yes.
Well, there you go. How
But
do you-
as I crack open this beer,
Oh,
Ew.
shit.
Look out.
now I'm going to smoking a beer would be good.
Smoking a beer.
You're going to smoke a beer.
So
Wait, it's a cigarette next to the cable that he does not use.
I actually did not bring them with me.
That's for the better.
So I've been leaving them at home. And the only place I allow myself to smoke right now is at home.
Yeah. Even
Last
that
night was difficult.
Even when I did, we call it. I was smoking for like so many fucking years. I was like, what kind of? I was like a. I smoked cigarettes, but it was more like continuous. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna have one or two. It was just like,
So it's like chain smoking.
Chain smoking.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So you
What's that?
go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. So you gave up smoking as well?
Yeah, I did that first because my wife didn't like the smell of smoke because she smoked too, but with being in the hospital for 2 weeks, she kind of quit. So I was smoking for the both of us because, frantic, that she had cancer and everything else. But I just did not like sleeping on the couch all the fucking time because I was smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be able to sleep in the bed with her. And so I figured, okay, you know what? I'm just going to quit cold fucking turkey. I'm not going to use no patch, no whatever. And a friend of mine at work was like, listen, just go in the locker room, bring your music and your food, whatever, and just eat in there. Don't even go in the room where they smoke cigarettes. And I did that for, 6-7 months, and then I was like, done.
So that temptation just kind of was naturally removed because you.
Yeah, it was gone. I mean, to the point
Good for
where
you.
even when I try smoking a cigarette, I'll get sick. But then my wife tries to smoke a cigarette, it's no problem for her. I'm like, you bitch.
Hey, it's cheaper not to smoke. So I mean,
Yeah, it is. But then also now you see how much cigarettes are these days. I'm like, holy shit.
I have no idea. How much are they? I have no
like
clue.
12
They're
bucks
pricey.
a pack almost.
10? Is it 10?
it depends on what state you're buying them in, but
it
they're all
depends on
over
what
the
state you're in,
So
and then it
Michigan
depends on what you're
is-
buying.
Okay, so let's say to me, my parents smoked Marlboro Reds.
Marlboro
My
Red.
mom smoked
Yep.
Marlboro Reds.
Yeah.
So that to me felt like top of the line or something.
Yeah.
Like how much is it? Like 10,
Like-
8, 9?
Like
now?
what I smoke is probably more expensive than if I bought, because mine only come half a pack. So what I buy is probably more expensive than regular cigarettes even.
Okay.
If you equal it out, yeah.
Plus that's just the way I roll. I like to
You should roll. You should roll your own, Deelo.
You know,
There is things you can do. You can roll your own.
Well, no,
Yeah.
because
can.
there's no way for me to roll my own. I mean, there is.
There's a machine you can do, but you know.
I basically
That's all I have to say about that.
smoke cigars, though. You know that.
Yes.
No, I didn't know that.
It's like,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
cloves.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
So the things I used to smoke, I used to
That's
smoke
fine.
like
You can say
I used to
cloves.
smoke Marlboro
Not a
Red,
dirty word.
Parliament Lights, Camels, anything that was like filter wise, but my father-in-law, he would smoke Marlboro Reds, Pall Malls, like the grossest fucking things
Yeah.
you can think of, and he's like, Andre, you're going to the store? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get my Parliament Lights. He goes, give me the Marlboro Reds and Pall Malls. I'm like, you wanna die? That's like instant death right there. And all of a sudden, the guy looked at me. And he goes, "You don't get Pall Malls." I'm like, "Father-in-law does." He goes, "Does he want to die?" I'm like, "I don't know." Yeah.
Did you grow up in the era that I did, where it was like you're at the dinner table? Because my grandma used to smoke eaves constantly at the dinner table while dinner was going.
No, what's funny? My parents never smoked. I was the only one that smoked. I would go outside, smoke. My dad put a cylinder of sand like out by the road,
Just
and
in
he's like
a little canister of like coffee canister filled with sand.
yeah, and he's like, he says, "Do not smoke on the porch," and he has like it right by the road, and I'll smoke it like in the rain, and then whatever.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what I grew up with. It was smoking in the house, and I swear to God, that is the reason why I started getting into smoking.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, you grow up with your grandparents smoking like right there at the dinner table. That's what happens.
It was just like my mom.
And
My
it was
mom
like
dad
smoking
used to work-
yourself.
Yeah, but my mom and dad used to work at a mental institution thing. Like one was an aide and one was a construction worker that worked around the grounds. So my mom would have packs of cigarettes for the patients. And every time she comes home, I would grab one of the packs and I'll smoke downstairs in the basement, and just get a couple of puffs here and there. And she knew it, and then she gave me the pack anyway. She's like, fuck it, if they're not going to smoke it, here, you smoke it, or whatever. But,
Right.
but back then, cigarettes then were like, a pack was like $5, back then. And also now it's like, you're I don't know, you're buying like 2 fucking magazines and shit, but
I'm not even going to admit to how much I pay for mine. So
Yeah, I literally,
I'm not gonna
I
admit
only ask because I literally don't have any sense of how much the cost is. All I do know, here's what I do know. I can see how it's addictive. Like I have like smoked a couple of like cigars or like a couple of cigarettes here and there, very sparingly. It's not something I would
Want to do.
because like my mouth feels gross, my hands feel gross.
Yeah.
But I can see the addictiveness of it. Like
Cigars,
I can
though, are
totally see
amazing.
the
Oh,
you and your whiskey and cigar.
yeah, they are a good combo.
If only somebody made a glass that would accommodate both addictions and gave that to you as a Christmas gift. I
Wait a
don't
minute.
know.
Wait a minute.
Really?
Maybe.
Maybe? Magic of TV and
Dun, dun, dun.
All right.
he literally
So
hasn't
he
taken it out of
did
the box.
have a question for all of us.
I know, he like bypassed.
Never
He did,
came
and then-
back.
and then he came back with this cute.
I was gonna
bottle.
get there, but y'all
Yeah.
were talking. So
Well, I know,
I
we-
didn't want to.
Yeah, you
I
got
didn't want to derail that. I mean,
So
how many
are
times do we
you?
derail something?
So to get back,
I mean, you should know by now that you've got
something
to
that
say
accommodates both the cigar
Yes.
and the whiskey.
No, I don't have it in here. It's just this is the
This is
box
the
in which
box.
it came.
I can't believe you kept
But
the
it's really good.
box.
I did.
Oh, nice.
It's cute.
No, the bottom says whiskey glass.
Whiskey glass.
Whiskey glass with cigar holder. One
with
piece.
cigar holder.
I
And we got a
know,
set of 2 for him.
I
so-
know, I know a podcast that has their own set of whiskey glass, and it's Dreppenstone. Dreppenstone podcast. They are whiskey connoisseurs, so
Yeah.
they that's what they'll drink whiskey. They tell you we call it the amount, the volume, the
Notes and all that. stuff,
everything
too.
about it, and I'm like, wait, what? And I had them on the show, and they were doing the thing. They were drinking whiskey, and like, yeah, oh, you don't drink? I'm like, no, it's okay.
And
I
you're
got
drinking tea, like this tea is
No,
amazing.
you know what I
It's
did?
awesome.
No, I did this.
The
I put iced tea in a Jack Daniels bottle, and I'm like, there you go. Yeah. So
we
I'm like,
went out
I'm drinking too, fuckers. Yeah.
So we went out to dinner recently, Tony. What did you end up ordering? Because I tasted it. It was very delicious.
My favorite whiskey is it's a blended Scotch. Scotch, whatever. It's the Balvenie.
I do not.
Balvenie.
I still do not consider Scotch whiskey. Like I know it's whiskey, but I don't consider it the same as whiskey.
You know, I
Deelo's hot
don't.
take.
I don't know.
Well,
No, I don't know.
My thing with whiskey is whiskey's got this sweet flavor that I cannot stand. I can't stand whiskey, but I
I
love
like whiskey.
Scotch.
I like Scotch.
Love
I
a
like
good dry
bourbon.
Scotch.
I like
Well,
rye.
I think it was interesting because after
I don't
the
like
ice,
bourbon. Don't like rye.
I don't like bourbon either.
I like rye bread.
Right.
Think
feel
you can
about-
drink that?
I do like.
do you feel
I do
about
like
rye bread, Dre?
I'm good with that.
I like rye bread. Rye bread is great.
That's good.
I like it with roast beef. You know,
There
it's
you
a little
go.
good. Yeah.
Little-
Beef. I'll
A
go
little
with
bit
that.
out in mustard. We can talk about foods.
Ooh.
Yeah. Rye roast beef.
Something we can all get on.
Actually,
So
what's
does
funny,
this-
I had Friday. We call it work. We always get like lunch at my work, like on Fridays, and I got this one called the Rolling Roaster, and I'm like, it's grilled roast beef with mozzarella cheese, French fries on a roll. So the French
Sounds-
fries are layered on the bottom of the burger.
I think
I mean, not
Did
burger.
you have a defibrillator nearby?
We had one, but then we had like a dozen donuts before we had that too. So I'm like, we are gonna be fucking
to share. A
insult
share?
to injury.
To share? To share? To share?
Yeah.
Or everybody
Yeah,
got their own
we had for
dozen.
everybody, but we ate the donuts before we had the lunch, and I'm like, we're all gonna die. Yeah.
Well, at least you're all dying together. You're going out how you want.
But then the boss comes in. He goes, "Well, you got the weekend off, so you'll be back on Monday." Yeah.
I'll just die for the weekend. Yeah,
So
I'll come
you're-
back Monday. No big deal.
Your high blood pressure medicine was working overtime.
It was good. Yeah, it's all right. And all of a sudden, my girlfriend's like, "Oh, we're gonna watch movies. What do you want to have to eat?" And I'm like, "I'm fucking stuffed, but I can eat Chinese." So,
I love Chinese.
The-
Oh.
You do love Chinese.
do.
You do not.
have you ever?
I
gone
mean,
to
you don't
Chinese
love
food?
Chinese food, right?
Is there a certain place you go for Chinese food? Like one spot you go to?
Not necessarily, because a lot of the Chinese food around here are pretty consistent. I'll say that.
Very Cheney.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Not
they
Dick
have like
Cheney.
Not Dick
Not Dick
Cheney.
Cheney.
Not Dick
Just
Cheney.
Cheney.
but they have or Lon
It's
Chaney for that
true.
matter. If anybody knows who Lon Chaney is, that's,
Frankenstein or
there you go.
Yeah.
But
And
they're
not a Dick Cheney.
they kind of have some chain feel to it or chain taste to it. So they're pretty much consistent. Sesame chicken, sweet and
MSG
sour
galore.
chicken. I love General Tso's chicken. That's my go-to every time. So they're all pretty similar.
The reason I say that because there's a place I go to, and whenever I order, I always order wonton soup, but I always have like 5 different things I would pick, like one thing, but it's like 5 things I usually get, but it's one each time I go and order. I'm like, I'll take the boiled dumpling or the sweet and sour chicken or shrimp with the whatever. So all of a sudden I call him up and he's like, "Hello." I'm like, "Yeah, can I get the wonton soup with no scallions?" Like, "Okay. Do you want the boiled dumplings?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go with that."
Just put it on. Just load it up.
No, but he knew it. He goes, "Well, there's usually a choice. You always have 5 different things." And I'm like, all right.
We do sushi. I don't really go to
sushi's good, too.
Chinese.
I have not done.
Everything feels like
sushi. I wish I could.
deep fried or a lot of MSG, but sushi, like I love sushi.
Yeah.
We're
I-
big sushi.
Need to
Now-
try that. So
It's so good.
but we're-
Start out with a vegetarian if you need to.
Oh yeah.
California
Rolls are pretty good.
California roll safe.
Yeah, if you don't
Hey, if
mind,
you like asparagus and cream cheese, you're
you're in good company.
You're fine.
You're in good company.
well, it's good
Well-
when you try to have your niece try something and you try to make a deal with her. Like, listen, okay, if you can eat this cake, I will eat the asparagus casserole.
That's a good trade-off.
And then I did it, and they're like, "How is it?" I'm like, "It's okay, but I'm not doing this shit again." This
You
is the
just
only
check it
time
off
that
the
we get
list.
kid
You're
to fucking
done.
eat
You've
that.
done it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I felt about eel.
Well, talking about food in one of your episodes with Dad's on Dayquil, and I do have a question that I still want to get to.
I know we were talking
It's
about
kind of
that.
an aside, but you were talking about all meat pizza. What was that called again? I loved the name of it. What was that all meat pizza that you were talking about?
Meat wagon.
The meat.
Meat wagon.
Yeah, meat wagon.
When I heard you say the meat wagon, the first thing that came to mind was that moment in
Parks and Rec.
No, it wasn't
No?
Parks and
Oh.
Rec, but it was from Monty Python and the Holy Grail when they were bringing out the dead, and like they just had that whole wagon full of dead people. That was the first thing that came to mind. Bring out your dead.
Pretty much.
Which was funny because again, in Pennsylvania, my wife was like, "Hey, let's go get takeout." And this is like when we first moved to Pennsylvania, so we're just trying out the area, see what kind of food and whatnot. So there's this pizza place, and I forgot the name of it, but I was like, I went down there and I'm looking at this menu, and she's looking on the menu, and I'm like, okay, oh wow, and she goes, what? I'm like, there's one that has all meat. And she goes, well, what's it called? I'm like, the Meat Wagon. She goes,
I love it.
I was like, what the? He's like, is it dead? I'm like, well, sure, hope it's dead. I don't want no live fucking thing in there, I'm like, shit, But
So
it had ribeye meat. They had 7 different meats.
Oh, that's right. It had hold on, meatballs. It had roast beef.
Meatballs.
No, it had ribeye steak.
Oh, ribeye steak. That's what it
Ribeye
was.
steak.
Yeah.
Meatballs, sausage, pepperoni. What else?
This is a deelo style pizza right here.
Almost.
It
It's
wasn't even a
actually
pizza.
it's a little too much.
It
for
was
me.
not even a pizza. It was like a hero. It's like a Stromboli kind of thing.
Yeah,
It was wrapped up and all that. I'm like, it's a cardiac arrest.
sounds. I was gonna say, it sounds like a.
You're
heart
living on the
attack waiting to
edge,
happen,
no
yeah.
matter what. You're
And
always living on
people
the
are
edge.
wondering why my heart's the way it is. Shit.
Yeah.
It was because of that one damn pizza, one damn time.
Yeah,
Fucking
that
pizza.
pizza
feel like
and that multi-faceted fucking energy drinks.
Don't even give it to the energy drinks. It's that fucking pizza, man. That's all it
fucking
was. It
pizza.
was that one pizza.
I asked the right question at the top of the show.
Yeah, you
How are
did.
you still alive? That's amazing.
God did not want me. So how about that?
No, that's.
I'd
I
beg to
think
differ.
I think your processing is on point. That's what's
I'd beg
happening.
to differ
Yeah,
because if
the
you didn't,
process.
you wouldn't have made it through all of these things. You're still here.
Yeah, I mean, I have a natural ability to like heal really quickly. So
Yeah.
and
Wolverine!
yeah, no, I mean
Either
even like,
betterment or disbetterment. I don't know. That's not a word.
for instance, like when you're talking about cigarettes being addictive. When
Yeah.
I start getting tattooed, there's a one guy that said it's like tattoos are like really addicting. It's like
I've heard that.
cigarettes, and I'm like, oh, I'm fucked, because I smoke like a chain smoker, and I'm like, I'm gonna be getting a lot of fucking tattoos,
Okay, I can't see you, but how many tattoos do you have?
I let's put it this way. I tell everybody I fell in a box of crayons, so and that's
He's
what
got
comes out,
quite a few going on, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you
so,
doing
like-
sleeves or?
Yeah, he's got sleeves.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
well,
can't see
yeah.
this.
Sarah doesn't have her visuals, but she'll be able to see this if this is on.
He
YouTube,
has
right?
no face tattoo, and I don't see a
No,
neck
I've been told not.
That's a
to get
smart thing.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
If you ever want to maintain employment,
Okay.
unless you're what's his name? What's that artist?
Oh my God.
He was just on Saturday Night Live last night.
Oh, Post Malone.
Post Malone. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so there's one person that I started following. I think he's a good artist, like artist.
Yeah.
And he probably drew his own tattoos.
Banksy.
No. He's
Salvador Dali?
he's on HGTV.
He's dead.
No, he's on HGTV. David Browen, I want to
Hasselhoff?
say his name is.
That's all.
No.
So
So
I thought you
No,
were taking
anyway,
ice,
he
but
David
does-
Asshole Hoff. I've never
he
heard of
does
that
his
guy.
own, like, I think he pretty much draws his own tattoos because he's an artist anyway. But
no ice? No.
do you know who I'm talking about? The guy that's on HGTV. He hosts like My $1 Million, my lottery dream home or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I know. I see him
You know
have
what I'm talking about. He
yeah,
has
but he,
amazing tattoos and they're beautiful. Like,
some of them are weird as hell, and this is coming from me because I got some weird shit.
which ones are weird as hell? Because his one that the
ones
one
that-
that's on his calves are amazing.
Like right near his
The lines
neck.
are perfect.
Like right, yeah. I mean, it's
Oh,
right
yeah,
there,
yeah, I've
like
seen
by
that
the
one.
neck and all that. I'm
Yeah.
like, if you are like the
and he
poster
added a
child-
face tattoo, which I'm not
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
100%
I'm like,
done. Yeah.
you're going to be on national television, and you're the poster child of said show,
right.
and
Network,
you're going to do
network.
this. You're
Yeah.
not Mike Tyson. So.
You know, Mike Tyson.
I was just about to say Mike Tyson. Yeah, I mean, you can get away with that.
Oh yeah, and you can't be that kid on the fucking airplane with Mike Tyson. Holy fucking shit!
So you have a box of crayons of tattoos you
Yeah.
accumulated over a period of time. This started when?
Well, let's just say I got told by my tattoo artist that I need an intervention. So
So this
Well,
is
you-
your new addiction?
it was.
That's a better
everybody has their
addiction.
way. Everybody has their way of when somebody passes away. So either it's drinking, it's drugs, or
Process.
whatever.
Coping
Part of your
mechanism.
process.
Sex addiction, whatever. Mine
sign
was
up for
getting
that.
tattoos. So I would go to the artist, and my days off from work, we're like 2 days on, 3 days off, or 2 days, or 3 days on, 2 days off, whatever. And those days off, I'll be at the shop. Just sitting there, biding my time until they had a free spot. And I would have one done on one arm. The next day, I'll go and get the other one on this arm until it heals up. And then I would go the following week and just go on. So I had
alternating sleeves, basically.
Yeah, basically. So I got the sleeves done that my wife wanted me to get. But then I go and get the chest done. I got half of my back done. My legs done. So
We're not laughing at you.
No.
Word, basically, you said it.
Yeah.
And so that's our take a drink word. And we all did it in unison and laughed at
Oh, I know. I forgot about the word. I'm like, I knew. I was like,
We are not laughing at
there
your
was the
story.
trigger
I
word.
know. Well, I remember. I remember the word. I remember the word, but
the action.
basically,
There it is again.
It's Pavlovian.
Yeah.
Don't abuse it. Don't abuse it.
No, that was the only time I
All right.
remember that. That was it. Yeah.
All right.
That
But
was
yes,
it.
we're listening to you. Sorry.
But the basics are, so it was a halfway. Yeah. So
we'll
no,
just
but I would
smell what's in
I,
there.
I would go.
Okay,
I would go
that's
and get tattoos and all that, and then my tattoo artist is like, you know what, you need an intervention. I'm like, why? It's like you every day you're here. To a point where I get to the tattoo shop and he had 4 appointments, and all 4 appointments canceled the same fucking day. And he looked at me. He goes, "Did you threaten them or something?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "What?" It's like, "You're here, they're not." I'm like, "What the fuck, man?"
Great.
So I'm like, "Well, since you have an opening, okay, let's go." So
there was a question I had earlier. There's a question of ethics I'd like to throw out to the group here.
yes.
Well,
Well,
waiting.
Pontification.
But before I do that, I'd like to dedicate the song by Johnny Winter, a good blues artist. The song is called "Illustrated Man," and I'll dedicate that to you. But we're not going to play it because of copyright purposes.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured that as much. We'll take the copyright hit on our show, but we won't do it for you.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So that's your better recommendation to him?
Yeah, that would be my better recommendation.
If
you get a chance to listen to it, it's actually a really good song. Johnny Winter,
Illustrated Man. Yeah,
Illustrated Man. Yep.
All right, I'll have to look that
So
up.
my question to all of you is a question of ethics. Now, here's my situation. I have a driveway which is separated by about a 2-foot strip of grass from my neighbor's driveway. My neighbors have 2 cars and they park them in the driveway. Sometimes they have a preference of taking the car that's blocked by the other one. So instead of moving the one car to get the other one out, instead they just drive over the strip of grass and drive down my driveway to get out. Of ethics. Is that acceptable? Is that not acceptable? Is that being a bad neighbor? Or does it really matter?
Alex, I would like to bing in here and say that is being a bad neighbor.
Hey, we got bad neighbor.
I'm gonna acquiesce on that one. Definitely a bad neighbor because I think of what I would do and I would not do that.
I would never do that.
I wouldn't do that either. So
That's just like a dick move.
I mean, unless you are like really good friends with that neighbor for so many years to the point where, okay, they're not going to say shit about it because it's you.
Well, even then, it would have been discussed ahead of time.
Exactly.
Or you would have said,
in a
"You
friendly
cool if I do this?" Yeah.
way.
Yeah. If they asked, I wouldn't be happy about it, but at least I'd recognize the fact that it's happening, because I've caught them doing it twice, both times just looking out my window, and one of the times, like the neighbor, the guy made complete eye contact with me,
He's staring at
watching
you,
it, staring me down as he was backing
see what I'm
out.
doing?
It's like that.
doing?
It's like that meme. Just assert dominance.
Well, I find this comparable to my situation that you'll probably recall. The neighbor from who's in behind my house.
Yeah.
So that neighbor had to move a truck. Well, he's built up his property so much that he could not fit this truck that had been sitting in the back of his house for out the side of his house.
That's his problem.
He drove through my yard without asking.
What a
like
bitch.
went through the backyard, front
Nope.
yard, like mud all over the place, tracks everywhere.
Did he at least roll coal while he was
He
doing
he
it?
did absolutely nothing. He did it all while I was gone.
Ew.
I was like, wow, that is a dick move.
I would say that was intentional.
Here's an idea.
While you were gone.
We don't. It's not like we don't get along.
Yeah.
So that it was like
For now.
And if you'd asked, I probably would have said
Mom on
yes.
Dateline.
I would not have been happy about it, but like
Why don't you
Tony,
have a
I
seat
would have
over
probably
here?
said yes.
Hey, how
If
about
there
you?
was a conversation.
He didn't ask. That was such a dick move.
Now, Dre, you've got do you have neighbors? Do you have a parking lot, or do you live in an apartment, or
I have an apartment now, and it's like living in Compton. So yeah,
I don't know what that's like, but
No. But I'm saying, like, you ever seen Boys in the Hood? You see the movie, right?
Gotcha.
So
I'm with you now.
basically, when I moved in, my girlfriend's been here for like 5 years probably, and I moved in like maybe the year after that. She's been there 5 years, and apparently it's like my fault somewhere because somebody's bashing somebody's window, and she goes, it was nicer before you got here. And I'm like, okay, honey, thank you, but I don't think it's me. So now we have meth lab around the corner. Somebody got shot on Thanksgiving, where to our neighbor figures, oh, well, they probably didn't like the turkey. Okay, I don't think so. And then we had a crime scene van outside our garage, and all different stuff, and, we call it gang violence in the school, not school, but the playground area they have for like the courts and all that, obviously.
Yeah.
So
Is that
yeah.
high school, middle school?
No. I mean, it's like we have a playground thing that in our complex area. So.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. So we call it to the point where pretty much the cop that was looking is like, why are you building that? You're just going to be asking for trouble. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, well, you're going to have all those bad elements coming around. And sure as shit, there it is.
Here it is.
So, and also we can't use the laundry area thing that we have, like one corner laundry, because there's homeless people sleeping in the laundry area. So, and they lock the door, so we can't get in. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And they won't do anything about it. So, that's why me and my girlfriend made a choice of, we're gonna go and try to get like a mobile house or something that we can be able to afford.
Sure.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about this shit. So.
Yeah.
It's a
You
good
don't want to
idea.
be. You don't want to be house poor, but you want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, the benefit of having your own space to do your laundry and not have to rely on a community laundry space. I remember we lived on a third floor. We had a third floor apartment, which was the hottest, of course. And then we had to travel down to the basement to get to the laundry room, which was shared. It's the hottest.
It was the
It's the
hottest
hottest
It was
club.
the
This
hottest.
is where
All the heat rises.
Laundromat.
So I'm gonna tell you why we picked the third floor. We didn't want to hear people stomping over
because
our
it was the
heads.
hottest.
Yeah.
No, we didn't want to hear people stomping over our heads. That's why. That's the only reason.
And it was the hottest.
And it was a really inexpensive apartment complex. Like, to be truthful, we were like just starting
and the
out.
hottest.
And it was-
Here's a question, though. Here's a question.
Yeah.
What is the most scariest, since you're talking about basements and all that? What is the scariest part? The attic or the basement?
I would say the attic. Been in both. Now, of unfinished basement versus attic, I will take an unfinished basement anytime. I don't even care if I happen to go downstairs and I find, whatever it is that's standing in the corner, like in the movie. You know what movie I'm talking about. Spoiler alert.
Is there a different
I
one?
don't think there is a
Yeah, I
different
don't
one.
think there's a different one.
Attic, on the other hand, no thanks. Don't want to be up there.
There's one on Amazon
Bats,
Prime about a basement.
carpenter ants, possibly bees. Fuck that shit.
Nah,
I don't-
I'll take an attic over a basement.
well, now,
You'll take an attic over a basement?
so Deelo, you and I used to live together.
But you got to understand, I live in a house with no basement, with an attic,
Oh.
and my attic's perfectly fine. So,
Yeah.
Is your attic,
You do,
is your attic
but you got
a-
an attic here?
Hold- wait, wait,
I do. I've never
wait.
been up there. Go ahead.
Is it-
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Is it a livable space? Like, is it finished?
No.
Okay.
It's just
He's got a mother-in-law
It's an attic.
suite potentially in his garage, though.
well. Now that one was
I like
ugly.
that.
That was
It
ugly
was
at first.
terrible.
I pulled out car parts out of the wall, like literally a bumper from a
bumper.
car.
In what space? In the attic?
The attic
There
space
was
in his
there was
garage.
windshield. There was tie rods. There was just car
What's
parts.
happening over there?
Did you find
There used
blinker
to be
fluid
there
at
used to be a
least?
mechanic.
Was
there.
it
Sorry to come
Herbie?
by.
It was like it was like a
Blinker fluid.
backyard.
You could buy
Herbie was
blinker fluid.
disassembled.
Jesus Christ! I can't even say mechanic.
Try that IPA.
I believe it's mechanic.
It wasn't that. I just couldn't hear myself. That's fuck yeah.
Yeah. That
Deelo
candy
says
mix.
go to the Chagram now.
It's a
So,
good one.
Let's go see the mechanic machine. Okay.
Mechanic.
And I believe "fuck you" is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, they keep getting my.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, because you live on the hottest floor.
The hottest floor.
Yeah.
My basement I had looked like the Temple of Doom.
Oh.
Like
So there were pygmies?
God.
you go down the stairs, because in Pennsylvania we called the foundation was more cobblestone.
Okay.
So and it wasn't like straight; it was like curved a little bit. So the stairs would go like
it would follow along the
you follow. So you're going along like and the ground was basically ground, not cemented, nothing.
It was gravel. They call that a Michigan basement.
It wasn't even gravel. It was straight
dirt.
Dirt.
Wow.
So
that's what we call a Michigan basement.
That's what we call a Michigan
Michigan.
basement. That's what I just.
You just said that? Okay.
So back when I was looking for my house, we went to all these different houses, and I got into it. It became a joke with me and the real estate agent. I'd always say, "Where do they keep the kids?" Because there was always one room. Now hold on.
What? The hot
Hold on. There was always one room that was just a little bit off or something going on. Now let's get into the basement thing.
Oh,
we walk into this house. And it's kind of creepy, has a little bit of a death smell going on, first of all. And then you walk down, and it's kind of like Dre was just describing, had like this, like, mostly
cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Shut the hell up. Mostly just dirt and everything else.
Yeah.
Then you walk in the back room, chicken wire room all the way around. And in the middle of it, literally, not joking, a Bible.
No!
With a door.
No!
Okay.
Yeah, that whole joke about where they keep the kids.
That's a goddamn crime scene.
I'm not even gonna say it this time. Let's get out of here.
The worst thing
it was so fucking creepy.
Okay.
So fucking
That's
creepy.
way worse than what we found. We went house shopping for our first home. And we went to this really weird house, and the whole floor plan was just weird. The materials were weird, the floor plan was weird, but the kids' room was the weirdest because there was like a hinge lock on the outside of the room.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I'm like, wow.
Every house I went to, there was one room like that where something was fucked up.
It was the kids' room because it was, like you open the door and it's a kids' room. But then we were like, what's happening with this on the outside of the door? What are you doing to your children? I mean, weird house anyway. And then the attic.
You didn't see this when you were shopping for houses.
So the same house, the attic was terrifying. The attic was real messed up. And it was like in the middle of the living room, and you walk up and you're like, nope. It's like that Geico commercial where it's like a room full of baby dolls. I was like, nope.
There was a different one that I went into where they had a closet, and then in the closet it had a lift up stairs so that you'd go into the basement, and that was all dirt and everything else, just like you would imagine, all creepy.
So it was like a panic room.
You're like, I believe I need to increase my budget.
Or either it's a panic room or it's a perfect place to do a podcast.
Me and the agent were like, okay, it says it's got a basement. Where's the basement? We actually had to look for it, and we pull it up, and we're like, oh my God.
Even the agent was terrified.
Oh, she was, yeah.
Okay, so I'm understanding that Pennsylvania basements are very similar to Michigan. Some of the older homes from Michigan were their Michigan basements. So it's like dirt, cobblestone. I remember walking into a lot of homes that we were visiting that were older, and they had the Michigan basements. And it was just like a crawl space, more like, not like a full basement or, like a basement. So is that what you're kind of experiencing, is you're finding like more like just dirt, cobblestone, sketchy stairs?
It was just a
sketchy.
It was slanky stairs at a cobblestone, but then they had like the ground, but then they had newer stuff like in the back a little bit. So I'm like, okay.
Is everything haunted in Pennsylvania too?
There is
Only
a
in
lot of haunted
Centralia.
places, yeah. And also, I found out. Well, me and my wife found out because we were cooking the barbecue outside, and the neighbors came over. Hey, how you doing? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, you're living in the. I forgot what the name. They called it the something house. You know, like Michael Myers' house or
Like the murder house.
you know, the murder house, whatever.
The
You
murder
know.
It's got a name. You got to get the
I
hell
was
out.
just gonna say, if it's got a name, you're done.
The Amityville, Michael Myers, Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah. But then the woman was like, "Oh, that's where the person's uncle died in that room," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I'm a horror guy, so I love horror. I didn't give a shit. I'm like, "We're fucking
You're
sick.
cool
I
with
put
it.
money away. I'm not fucking leaving. Fuck that shit." So then we gone in that room. Nothing wrong with the room. It's always hot, whether the sun comes down on it or in like the wintertime. That's the only room that's fucking hot. But we had my in-laws, they would sleep in a room. They didn't say nothing about it. My mom and dad stayed in a room. Nothing.
Nothing.
You know, they didn't say nothing about it. But when after my wife passed away, now I'm like, all right, I got to move from the house because I can't handle, you know, the mortgage.
Sure.
I went to a half double house, and my friend and his girlfriend helped me move the whole fucking thing indoors and moved it out. We moved the bed frame and the master bed down the stairs, and while we came around to the spare bedroom, which is supposedly the room that the guy died in, that had no fucking problems, and my friend was like, oh, he let go of the mattress and it flew down a little bit, the stairs. Next day we go to work and he's like, about the mattress, I didn't lose my grip. I heard somebody say, get the fuck out in my ear. And I was like, okay.
But did you get it on tape so I could send it into Paranormal Caught on camera?
No, but I believed them because of the whole
Did
fact
you
they
get
told us
it
the story about it.
On tape.
All right, so you believe the supernatural then?
Yeah, I mean, if I see it and I could feel it, because
But you've seen it.
no, I didn't see it. He
I
told
think this
me
was
about
a
it.
friend.
Oh,
He's a
all right.
Yeah,
friend
but
of mine
he didn't
told me
catch it
about
on
Friend of.
camera. That's
All
what
right,
I was
so
saying.
are you a supernatural believer or not?
I believe it when it happens, but then when I say
But that's
it,
the thing.
Has it happened to you?
No, but I mean, when I was sleeping in that half double house now, I heard something whispering in my ear, which is like a woman's voice, and I could smell my wife's perfume, in the room. And that's a different total fucking room.
That
It's
is
not-
creepy as hell.
Yeah. So that I believe, that point, to the point, and also the person I was seeing after like so many years afterwards, she heard voices too. So in the same house, the same place I was living.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm like, okay.
Would that be that? Would you say that's the only experience that you've had where you can't explain it?
There was another experience. Actually, I bought a new car.
Congratulations.
This is like years ago now. Now it's a junk pile somewhere. But anyway.
Congratulations again.
Yeah, congratulations for the payments gone. Anyway, so but I had the new car, and remember when we were kids and you go with your parents. Okay, well anyway, so
Sorry, it's reaction. That's what Tony does to
That's
me all
what
the
I
time.
always
So I
do.
do it.
all right, when we were all kids and we
Bad
go in that
influence.
car with your parents and you're going to like say the beach or you're going whatever or you're going to the brewery, doesn't matter.
Sure.
So you're sitting in the back seat and you always want to get comfortable. You put your knees against the driver's side seat to push in there, and your dad would be like, "The fuck you doing? I'll come back there." Whatever.
Sure.
I'm driving
Stop
the
pushing
car.
the back of my seat.
I'm driving the car.
My Oldsmobile.
I feel knees pressing in the back of my back, and there's nobody in the fucking car. It's a new fucking car, and it's just me driving. And I had that whole like looking in the rearview mirror kind of thing, like you see in the movies, like holy shit, and you see somebody back there, but then when you turn back, there's nothing there.
It's gone.
And there was nothing there, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm
Yeah,
like,
you kept the car.
I kept the car, yeah, because
Well,
I'm
yeah,
like,
Well, you had to
Payments
make
to make,
payments
man.
on it.
I know, but
no, I bought that one straight
Is there
out.
a point where
I
you
bought
go
it
this?
straight out. So
I mean, if you're driving around fucking Christine, you get rid of that shit.
I don't know.
Christine
It
will
was
find
a
you.
classic.
She was a pretty car. She was a
She
pretty
was a
car.
pretty car, even though she was a murderous car. You keep Christine. Fuck
And
that.
she had some weird ass.
He's saying he bought a
she
brand
had
new
some
car, so
weird-
it's probably like a
She had
what,
weird
a
ass
90s?
fucking ways to kill people.
I would say
killing somebody with a
Christine-
steering wheel is a fucking weird way to kill somebody.
And she played 60s classic jams.
But would
so-
Christine would
You know.
would
All right,
Christina
props on that
protected
one. Props
Thank
on
you.
would
that
Christina
There you go.
protected you from Cujo?
Yeah,
one.
Christine
No.
would have taken Cujo out in like a hot
I hope
second.
so. You think
so?
It's a dumb dog.
Did you
F it,
see
she could run over it.
I'm gonna give it to Cujo, man.
I'd
I
give
think
it to
he'd tear.
Christine. Nah,
He'd
she-
tear the fucking
She'd
upholstery
run
up.
Now the thing with that, Cujo can ram the shit out of the fucking.
Yes, yes, you saw that.
Rebuild itself.
Christine can travel at are we doing a debate?
I think we.
Oh.
And then-
Whoa!
Did we transverse into
wait
a
a
debate?
minute.
Hold on, we fall
And
into
then-
the debate
and then
hole.
What happened here?
Yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the opportunity where our friends of the show and everybody else gets to chime in and make that one debate for against whatever it is for points. Become the master debater.
All right. So now Pennywise is driving Christine with Cujo, attacking. I'm just saying. I'm throwing Pennywise in there.
No, Pennywise wasn't even part
So,
of this whole
wait.
discussion.
It's a
That's
Stephen
many
King
things.
thing. It's a Stephen King
But
thing.
also-
Well, then in that case, I'm throwing in Andy Dufresne. He's going to dig his way out.
Now
Was he
wait
Stephen
a
King?
minute.
Yes, he was.
Really? Oh.
Yeah,
Can I put that?
that's sad.
Can I bring in the
attribution.
leprechaun?
I don't think that works. I don't think that works.
Wait, what does Dre want?
Dre say something?
Can I bring the leprechaun in? Yeah.
That's not Stephen
I am
King.
the
Was that
leprechaun.
Stephen King? That wasn't Stephen
That
King.
wasn't
You
Stephen
can bring
King.
in
but I like
any
that.
Stephen
That's just too poorly written to be.
It could be
Stephen
from
King.
The Shining.
Seriously.
How about him from? How about the main character from The Shining? You can bring that.
The shinning.
I'm-
He's got
I'm-
the shinning. You don't want to get
Stop the
sued.
shitting.
I'm still giving it to
I am
Cujo.
the leprechaun.
No,
giving it to Cujo.
I changed my thing. I got the twins from The Shining. How about the twins?
There you go.
Ooh, okay, that's a good one.
So they're
That's-
helping
would be all right.
Cujo. They're just creepy. Like,
No,
that's
they're
not a
driving the
thing.
car. They're driving Christine. So they're.
Okay, I'm just saying that
Women-
Christine at
I'd
top
say
speed
the
could run a dog over.
The
It's
twin,
a dog.
It's a dog, but
It's
it's,
a
a
rabid
kick-ass
dog.
mean dog.
Did you watch Cujo? It's a GD. They should have been able to That is just dumb.
Again, the dog would tear up the fucking upholstery.
It's-
Although
You're not inside me.
see, you are
That's
you are
true.
I
not
understand
you are not
the
hitting the
scenario.
right
You
point
are
of this
not
debate
inside
because
This is what I have to
the
put
right
up with
I'm
point
every
of this
outside.
episode.
debate, the right point of this debate is Christine used to be able to fix herself the next
Yeah.
day every time something would fuck her up.
Yeah.
So
Wh-
you're
why-
it's
maybe
your
it's-
own debate. I don't know. Why.
Maybe
Yeah, I
she's
know.
born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's
No, she fixed
She
herself up every
recovers.
time. Yeah.
Cujo's just a
Bitch.
a slobbering
Who would kick your
rabid
fucking
dog.
ass?
It's just a regular
What
dog.
about
He's
Carrie?
got
I think that
rabies. You know what Christine would do?
look at you. You got all sympathetic with
You know what
Cujo.
Christine would do?
You did the sympathetic thing where you
She would take-
got rabies.
Christine would take it straight away to animal
But you know what though?
control. That's
She
what
would have
Christine
stepped
would
on
do.
a bee and gotten stung.
Cujo would have stepped on a bee.
Hey, Christine has her own face.
Christine would have stepped on a bee. How
Christine
do we
has
know
her own
that?
facelift.
She would have got a facelift.
Yeah, she got her own facelift and her lip tuck and nip tuck.
She would repair like
Lift.
everything that she would want to.
No, I'm trying to find
She can
it.
hold a big trunk hat.
Stop,
Wow.
stop.
What is that?
I don't know.
My dog stepped on a bee.
My dad has to pee.
Stuck in a tree.
Oh my god.
My squirrel got bit by a flea.
Without my glasses, I cannot see.
Child spilled. My dog stepped on a bee.
Okay, sorry.
God.
Stepped on a bee.
No, stop. Just stop. Okay,
Just
sorry.
stop.
All right, so
Insanity.
you keep watching this thing, right?
What do you mean?
You're
The
talking
trial?
about the.
You're talking about the
Yeah,
trial?
You've been watching it, haven't you?
Oh, I have been binging.
Have you
the
been watching the trial, Dre?
F out of the
What?
trial?
Johnny Depp?
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Dungeon.
it's embarrassing.
Here and there.
I watched
and
part
there.
of one, and then I was like, I'm done.
So I heard the thing with the shitting of the bed. I heard the one with the
Grumpy.
yeah, the grumpy.
There's,
Yeah.
there's so much more.
I
There's
guess-
so much
I
more.
guess I will
forget
have
who
to
the guy
find
is.
Cliff
Who's
Notes
the
of
guy?
everything.
The guy
Johnny
with like
Depp?
the boulder head. He has like the mustache. They were interviewing him. He was like friends with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Oh, Kato Kalin. That was the
No.
Oh, that's the wrong.
I got the glove. I got the glove.
I was gonna say for all you young folks out there.
Hey,
for all
well,
the young
that's like
folks, yeah.
that's a
Hello.
L.J. Simpson reference from 1994.
Do you remember when?
Do you remember when?
No, I try not.
They cut out the Lakers game to follow OJ in the slowest
slowest chase in
slowest
history.
chase in history.
Trace in
history.
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 Sorry,
no,
we've
yeah,
taken your show completely
Sorry.
off. The
No, it's
rails.
all right, dude. It's fun, man. Come on now. We're having fun here. Fuck that shit. Yeah.
Fuck that shit. That's
All right, well.
Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give the majority of the master debater points to Sarah. Congratulations. Now,
Yeah.
Dre, I'm going to give you
Cujo.
points because it's your show.
Cujo. Wait, can we find a Cujo sound? Let's see.
Dude, I don't have any
I don't
Cujo
know.
sounds. I'm sorry. I have
Dog.
the closest I can. Run that by us again?
No, we call it. It's the wrong one.
I got this.
That is not a very aggressive
That
Cujo.
sounds like a rabid dog for
Okay,
sure.
all right. I got one better. There you go.
So intense.
I know.
Oh.
All right.
That's all you're getting out of us.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Well, he's got the soundboard. So.
Well, I mean,
Oh. Deelo found something, I bet.
somebody found it. Was that,
Dog growl.
that was you.
I don't think my volume isn't up. I was told. I was told to
There
put
you
it
go.
down like Cujo.
But unless you want Godzilla, yeah.
I don't think that fits. Although Godzilla would win. Yeah.
He probably would. He's got that like laser
Stomping?
beam or
Like
whatever.
stomping? I think like the stomping would do it.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
it could take anything. though.
Probably.
Or the sexy growl. Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Right? She's like, I don't know that one.
I don't know that one. Not familiar with that.
Well, thank you very much.
I forget-
Thanks. Yeah. What? Who?
No,
Where, why, how?
what, where, why, how, where? Yeah. How about we go with music for 200, Alex? No, it's good.
That was Cujo right there.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that was Cujo ramming a door. It was Christine. Oh my God.
Oh my God! It's pandemonium.
Actually, it's kind of funny. Now that I'm watching this, I believe he was just ramming a Pinto.
See what I'm saying?
It's ramming a pin. But well, that's how you destroy them. Is just get them from behind.
He's ramming a Pinto.
Dodge ramming a Pinto.
Like,
Yeah,
you
I'll
need
give it to
watch
you.
that
You,
movie.
no, you won
It
it.
is not.
Pinto.
Yeah, you won the debater.
You win.
You bait. Go ahead and bait all you want.
Sarah is the master debater. Nice job.
Truly.
So what's going on for There Is a Bear podcast? Any new shit coming on, or you doing some
Oh.
new segments?
Good question.
Do you wanna
I
talk
finally
about
got
our
a
next
question
app?
in actually. Hey.
The next app? Not the next app, but the next app?
So
Feel free to ask.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to give it away, but I'll go ahead and
Don't
give it
give
away
it-
anyway.
Oh, okay.
Give it away. Get away. Get away now.
Give it away now. So because the brain can process speech much faster, especially when I'm talking, I think it can process like 400 words a minute or something like that, and we can only speak like 150 to 250 per minute. So the idea is people listen to podcasts usually at faster speeds. Do you listen to podcasts at faster speeds?
I try.
Yeah.
You try.
Because sometimes people put it like 1.5, 1.25, 2 times, something like that. So in the spirit of that, we were going to do an entire episode. We'll just take care of that for our listeners and just go 1.5 speed through the whole damn show. So that's a present from us to you, the listener.
The listener.
Yeah.
The listeners
It's also-
are yay.
It's also kind of it's my take on a Dave Letterman bit where he would do a I don't know if you saw this one or not, listeners. I don't know if you've seen this one either, but he did a 360-degree rotation of the TV screen through the entire episode. So that's kind of my take on what he did back in the day. The 1.5 speed episode.
1.5.
Who knows?
2.5 gigawatts.
He sounds
Wait.
like he's. I might do it. You
I
don't
might.
know.
I might. You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
You never know. I don't know if we'll have time. I don't know if we'll have time.
I just love that one.
Well, how about yourself? What do you got? What do you got coming up in future installments of the Tattoo Squid podcast?
Game show actually for the 3rd season. I'm trying to get through this, doing like 80 or 90 or so. I'm doing the same thing, just like talking to people, whatever. But now I get this game that I got from. It's called Movie Game, which I know you guys will love this game. Actually, I should bring it up, but my girlfriend's like, "No, you're gonna give it away too much," So I'm like, "All right, fine." Well, anyway, it's a game where it's 2 descriptions of movies. Now, it's for the movie connoisseurs kind of thing. So if you know the good description of the movie, then you put the movies together to make one word almost. So let's go, like, for an example. What was one I used? We call it, not that one. Okay. So Lone Star and, we call it Lone Star and Yogurt go about to find the true meaning of air while driving around in a Winnebago. On top of all that, Christopher Walken is still trying to find people for his tournament. So now you have to figure 2 of those. I know it's bad in
The first movie is obvious, I think, but the second movie, I can't place that.
Christopher Walken is what?
Christopher Walken is still finding people for his tournament. I'm doing that Italian thing. I'm using my fingers every fucking time.
And I can't see
It translates
this, so
on
I don't
video.
know.
It's all right. I'm doing
like I can't see
at the moment.
We
I'm
usually
wondering-
do an all audio
I've got the
medium,
first
so
part,
for
but
us.
Sure,
But
I can't get the second part.
I'm less familiar with
The only thing I can
Christopher
think
Walken
of is
movies.
Christopher Walken when he's got the
He's
watch
a deer hunter.
lining up his ass.
I'll give you a hint with the second one. Ping pong.
Oh,
That
ooh.
I don't know.
Ooh,
I haven't seen too many Walken movies, unfortunately. I've seen a lot of running movies, but not very many Walken movies.
All I can think of is Forrest Gump at this point with ping pong in there.
No, it's like a 90s movie, right? Is it a 90s movie?
It's a 90s movie. It's a funny
Okay.
movie. It has
It's a comedy. I
Stacey
can't remember the name of
Q.
it. Who else is in it?
Stacey Q is in it. Some other guy who's a comedian. I forgot what his name is, but basically it's
Johnny Come Lately.
All right, well, what's the first movie, Tony, that you know?
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs,
yeah.
The breakfast cereal.
Spaceballs, and then you get a movie that goes with the same last word or letter of said movie. So Spaceballs of Fury.
Oh,
Balls of Fury. Okay.
Fury.
Yeah, because Christopher Walken is
That's
like
good. I like that.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
that's
Christopher Walken in that though.
Yeah, he's like the head, like mafia kind of thing. He has like a cape and everything, and it's like there's a tournament that you have to kill the other person with the tennis, the ping pong balls. So
Maybe I never
Oh, it's
saw
in
that.
2007.
Was that Will Ferrell?
It's 2007.
No.
I was totally wrong.
Who am I thinking of?
This is
Somebody from Saturday Night Live, right?
No, this is
think so.
George Lopez.
yeah, George Lopez is the FBI agent.
How is
Okay.
Robert Patrick in this movie?
He just comes up and he
Do you
says,
agree?
"Have you seen this?
Have you
boy?
seen this boy?
Yeah. Have you seen this?
Have you
Boom,
seen
right
these
in the eyeball.
balls?"
Yeah.
It's like
Right
a
in the
comedy,
eyeball.
though, right?
Yeah, I actually don't think I've ever seen this.
I know.
It's really funny. Maggie Q's like we call it the low pan from Big Trouble in Little China.
God, I haven't seen that movie forever.
He's in this movie too, but he plays like a blind ping master.
Okay.
And he tried to teach this fat white guy. I don't know what his name is.
I'm gonna guess it's Dan Folger.
Yeah,
Fogler.
And then,
Fogler.
but he has to teach him all these ways of different ping pong things to get through the tournament and to kill
This
Christopher
guy.
Walken. Yeah.
This guy.
This guy right here.
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah,
He's-
right there. Yeah, there you go. The rock star with the Def Leppard fucking. Yeah, there it is. Def Leppard.
He's the cat in The Walking Dead, isn't he?
No,
No. That was.
I don't think so.
He looks just like that guy that guy in Walking Dead.
Have you seen Fantastic Beasts?
No.
Right.
I know where to find him.
He was Fantastic Beasts. Yes, you're right.
He
He's
was the guy in the suit that had the bakery and all that.
Yeah.
So
I saw the first one.
yeah, the first one. Yeah, it was like.
Now,
I took a nice nap during the first one.
I saw the adult version
Yeah.
of that called
It's him.
Fantastic Breasts and Where to Find Them, but I
It's-
haven't seen
It's him.
Fantastic
He's in
Beasts.
Walking Dead.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I don't watch
Whoa.
Walking Dead, so you would know.
Suck me sideways.
But and use the dolphin while you're at it. You know.
Yeah, he started in season 9.
Okay.
Oh, that's probably why I don't know.
What are you up to now? They're like season 25.
Season 2000.
This is actually their last
265.
one coming up. I believe it is season 11, but I'm not positive about that.
11,000.
11,000. 11. Like I said, 2.21 gigawatts. Yeah.
2.21
Season
giga episodes.
2,205.
Can you imagine doing 2.21 billion episodes of the same thing again and again?
This is like a
So
hobby.
we call
we'll
it
find out
podcast,
when we
ladies and
get
gentlemen.
there. I
guess
don't
we're
know.
there, yeah.
This is like I had this discussion with some guy we could that owned one of those a rental place for like audio and all that stuff that you can get for the podcast and all that. So I was like, yeah, I just need this and this. He goes, oh, what kind of business are you doing? You're doing the podcast business? I'm like, no, I'm just doing a podcast. It's for fun. It's a hobby. It's going to be a business. It's a hobby. It's a business.
Ooh.
It's a hobby.
Sounds like somebody's trying to make a couple bucks off of you.
But then now I think about it, he's fucking right, because now I'm selling fucking shirts and and hopefully my penis. But anyway, so
You can only do that one time. If you mail it in, though,
Sarah,
make sure you don't use
You're
FedEx.
not watching me right now, so that's it.
No, I can't see your face. So I don't know what happened.
But the penis is
I claim-
delightful.
I claim ignorance.
I'm only
I
kidding.
see-
No,
I saw enough Frankenbeans. I'm good.
That's a truth ding right there.
I'm trying to catch up to you guys. We call it your more zazzy, pizzazzy, more funny outtakes and all that.
I was just curious to know if the tattoos go all that far down.
No. When I get down there, I can't really go MA. Yeah, that's it. MA. Yeah.
So I will say I personally don't have any tattoos.
I don't either.
I don't either.
We're boring.
Come on, get one.
No tattoos. Don't have one.
What if I
thought about one. I had one in mind back when I was like 20, and I just didn't go through with it. It was a black
life-size tattoo of somebody your height?
I
No, I think
It
that
was
was
Cujo. How did you? No.
Oh shit!
No, it
No
was.
wonder why she knows so much about Cujo, Deelo.
Yeah, it was a black 8-legged asterisk. So Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
or what they call Angel's asshole. I think is what
I think
they've also
so.
said
Yeah,
that too.
the angel's asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like saying 8-legged asterisk a whole lot better.
A whole
lot better.
Wow.
Whole lot
Wow.
better. So no, I haven't gotten anything. Have you ever considered anything?
I think
I
Deelo should
actually
get a
have, and I probably
tattoo.
will
Of,
at some point.
leprechaun?
I think he needs a tattoo
it'll
of
be when I'm ready to
Diggler
draw it.
right
Celtic
here.
symbol, eh?
Diggler.
It'll be when I'm ready to draw it, and that's the deal. Is I got to sit down and draw it, and it's going to take me time to get around to that.
Maybe the microphone you can have all together just to join.
Just a big ass diggler right on your chest.
Big old
You
dig
can always
hole.
talk into it. Hey man. What's up?
You know, I'm thinking your guys' microphones are bigger than mine now.
I don't think so. I don't think
Can't be true.
It's,
Yours
you know,
has
the
a good
camera
2
adds.
I'm pretty sure.
Yours has a good
You
2
guys
inches.
you got
Deelo,
I guess
Deelo,
we'll
you guys
compare
got some
sizes.
thick black
Deelo.
ones.
Deelo, it's not the size; it's how you use it. That's how it is.
That's right.
Trust me,
That's
I
true.
know. Trust me.
He
Yeah.
knows.
Jiminy
Trust you.
Cricket.
He knows.
So you and then you sent a picture of the Shure 55.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
55 is also
Sure.
another one. The SH or the Super 55,
Why am I dinging?
and that's part of our truth
Sorry.
dings all over the place.
And there's
Yeah.
dinging, yeah.
And
It's a
and
book
that's
club.
that's the same microphone that's in our podcast logo.
Nice.
Well, I think getting a tattoo of that, I think if anybody wants to get a microphone tattoo, that's the one to get because it's synonymous with.
It's iconic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's iconic. You know, I mean, it joins you to all three of you together. You know, so I mean, it could be anything else that you're thinking.
I would just get what about a tattoo of these two jokers here?
No.
Okay.
I would say like a cartoon version of like all three of you is like doing something
Podcasty
like
stuff.
Yeah, just sit there, like because that's what's going to happen with this episode art.
Oh
that
yeah,
I'm going to be doing. So
I do really like what you put together for each episode. It's something different every single time. I like the one that you had most recently with just forgot the name of the podcast that you worked with, Dad's on Dayquil.
No. The last one I did.
Well, that was the last one that I saw. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, the last one I did was. Oh shit! I even fucking forgot. It's always that, when you try to figure out.
When you get to be my age, just the mind's the first thing to go.
I had Chat Smash on there. Then I did.
Chat Smash. That's right.
Chat Smash I had on there, and then I did one for. Oh shit! I forgot. Anyway. But I always put this up. Just look on the Twitter feed, and you'll see like a whole bunch of different shit that I did. So all the stuff that we talked about, I mean, like on here, like Christine and fucking Cujo, which I hate that fucking movie. And
I want you to put Christine against Cujo, just head to head, breathing out of their nose holes.
But that's why I need like cartoon versions of you three, if you can ever do it. And then that way I could put you guys in, because I do cartoon versions like myself and whoever I can be able to put in there.
I have never been cartoonified. So
I have an idea. I have an idea for a picture. Just gonna throw this out here. What about all four of us in cartoon fashion, and you're at the top, and then each one of us is below you, and we'll look like we'll make it look like the thing from Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody video. You know what I'm talking about?
I thought you were going barbershop quartet for a moment.
That would be
and I was
all right
getting a
too.
little bit worried.
Or the Beatles, when they had the 4 quadrants.
Oh.
But I think Bohemian Rhapsody.
Wait, let me get back to where you were asking that question, the ethnic question about the guy going through your yard.
Yes.
I have a solution for that. I got a solution.
Ethical.
I got a solution for that one. So how you said it's a foot along the.
It's about 2 feet of a strip of grass, between our driveways.
So, bear traps all the way through.
What about spikes, like those spike strips?
No. That's going to be copyrighted by Saw. So you have to do bear traps. So that way the tires can blow when they go around.
Now, do they have children?
They have 2.
Oh. Mini bear traps.
Truth ding. Once again.
I swear.
There are so many truth things. Well, it's not coming through there. It's coming through your iPad because your iPad's connected. But that's fine. It doesn't matter.
It also helps out for kids as well, so they won't go through the yard. So
you're right.
It won't. It'll help the kids not go through the yard. Don't go over there. Oh shit. Okay. Well, maybe not.
That wacko has bear traps on his grass in between our driveways, so kids steer clear.
You might want to put that back in there.
Right.
It's the audio's a lot busy. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I get that way because I'm like controlling all that shit, and it probably sounds terrible.
Is that better?
That's better. I don't care how many truth things that we get.
Okay.
I'd rather have that than buzzy.
All right, fair enough.
Sorry.
God, we're not on a network. You just pulled the plug.
Okay, there.
You pulled the plug on the network.
Better.
Oh, we're done.
No. I know how important the audio is.
Well, for me, I'm a stickler about
My
it.
apologies.
I'm a stickler about it. I suck. Anyway.
No, you don't.
But it's all cool. No.
So, okay. Yeah, we could do that. I think we could do some characterizery going on.
So right now it's let's see what we got here, because I was going to answer like these different questions because I don't know if you guys do reaction videos.
Fire away.
Huh?
Yeah,
fire away.
Oh wait, I'm gonna need to take a leak.
Well, no. There is a. Go ahead.
There's a better podcast. I've heard that once before.
There's a better bathroom. No.
It's right here. You're sitting in it.
No. This is not idiocracy. This is not idiocracy. You can't go to the bathroom.
Oh, grab the bucket. Get the bucket.
Get the bucket. We're gonna be here all day, folks.
No, the question about the iPods. There's iPods now. They're getting rid of the iPods.
Completely, like the Nano, the Pinto, and the Santa Marino.
Yeah.
All of them gone.
Do you have any that you like? We still have probably old technology that is like
my girlfriend has like the old Nano skinny, one in the base of like a speaker and all that still.
We have a disturbing amount of old technology. Like it's kind of embarrassing.
I have
we probably have multiple generations of those.
I have one of the original iPods with the metal back on it, and it's got the click wheel.
Yes, the click
wheel. I have the big one. Remember the old big one that his own casing and all that? I had
the brick.
Listen, if they were going to get rid, I think they should just bring back the fucking beepers. I love the
pager. You want a pager?
Pagers, beepers.
I'm a doctor, or I'm doing a drug operation. I don't know.
I don't know.
None of your effing business. I'm running meth or I'm saving a life. Whatever.
But there is a
podcast. Yes, we've already said that.
They do reaction videos, right? So they got these people doing reaction videos.
Yeah.
And I came across one where they do reaction videos for whatever. It could be Metallica, Master of Puppets, actually, which is what you were playing. They did reaction for that. But now they have one where it's a compilation of all the reaction people listening to the Metallica Master of Puppets.
I've seen those advertised on.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. That one and what is the other one? Rage Against the Machine, Bulls on Parade.
What did they think of that one? I mean, that's pretty old.
So just Bulls on Parade, not killing in the name of, just Bulls on Parade. That one's pretty. Yeah.
Deelo's in. So we're talking about reaction videos and Rage Against the Machine people.
So you
hearing that for the first time ever.
What are we talking about?
I just
reaction
told you.
videos.
I got that.
Okay.
So the reaction videos, there's one they have compilations where they have all the people that do reaction videos, and they show the one, like say Metallica's Master of Puppets, and you see all the reaction from different things and their outtakes and all that. Their funniness of the whole thing. They're like, oh my god, is he talking about drugs? He's like, what? I thought he was gonna fucking kill a person, motherfucker. You know, and it's just funny the way they put it all together, and they go, let's watch it again. You know, and they're like, master. You know,
I'm so offended. Can you replay that?
Yeah, like that. You know, you're so offended. Can't play that again. You know, but like Bulls on Parade, all of a sudden after they had the sound, and I forgot the guitarist's name, but
Tom Morello.
Yeah, Tom Morello, and he always uses
points.
They always have he has like the foot pedal, and he does the foot pedal with the different sounds and everything else. This one guy named Jamal, aka Jamal, which is a reaction video guy. We call it.
Is that the full name, Jamal, aka Jamal? Like his AKA is Jamal, but his name is Jamal.
Yeah, for the YouTube, that's it. Now I don't know if it's Jamal, from Cosby, but anyway. So, all of a sudden he goes on there. He goes, "My God, look at the funk that's coming through that foot," and just stop there. Then it start back up, and he goes, "You hear that song, that beat, and everything else." And I wasn't sure if you guys just do like watch those compilations, or do you watch like the reaction videos?
I haven't watched many reaction videos, unfortunately, but I do remember one of them though. It was these two guys listening to Phil Collins in the air tonight for the very first time. That's the one you were thinking about, too?
Yes, that's exactly the one I was thinking. The brother, or I don't know if
they were brothers or friends, but
in the same room together listening to it.
And they were just like when the drums kicked in. I mean, that's everybody's favorite part. That's Mike Tyson's favorite part as well from the movie The Hangover.
Yeah, but then they had we call it like the Metallica. They had like a lyric. It's like, oh, put your breakfast on the mirror. Chop up your breakfast on the mirror. And all of a sudden they stopped.
I did that today.
Yeah, they stopped and this one guy's like, chop your breakfast on the mirror. And all of a sudden the one woman's like, yeah, cocaine. He goes, fuck yeah. And he just, he just walks off the thing, and then they just start back up again. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like laughing hysterical at this.
That is funny. I like that.
Yeah,
I think what's amazing is the number of people that have gotten on the reaction video bandwagon, because it did kind of start with those two guys. Because I remember watching them. They even had a skit about them on SNL, like probably a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah.
And I think Keenan was part of the mix. But I remember them doing a take on that for the reaction videos. And so I feel like now when you go to YouTube, it's like exploded. There's people doing reaction videos for all kinds of different things now.
One of my
not just music. But
one of my favorite reaction videos, the guy who like eats food in his car, and I think one of them was like either a Whopper or it was like a Carl's Jr. whatever it was. It was this giant sandwich, and he was just like about to make love to it. And it was fucking hilarious, like the way that he was talking to it so passionately. And then he takes a bite out and he's like, I don't know. It just seemed like he was gonna come, basically. I mean, like he was that emphatic about his sandwich.
You see the mayo spurt? No.
Oh boy. So Twins, the new trend, was the one that you were referring to. That's the name of their that's
It's a good thing
that's
that
the
one
two
guy wasn't eating a burrito, because that would have been a lot of sour cream and fire
Yeah,
sauce.
boy.
Anyway, yes. The two guys with in the air tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Twins, the new trend. That was the name of the reaction videos.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I think I just bring that up because
Phil
I
Collins.
start watching the whole thing and I just love the reaction videos. I wanted to try to do some myself, but again with that whole copyright, I guess, thing.
Copyright infringement and strikes and all that stuff. Yeah.
Well, no, you can use that copyright disclaimer, I guess, but I don't know if that works very, very well or not. But
Wait, there's one for that. We'll have to try that sometime, because we're actually looking for copyright strikes in every single episode.
No, but there is a thing where you look it up and it says the copyright disclaimer, and it has like everything, and then you put that like towards either the end or the beginning or something or whatever.
Okay.
And I've seen that on some of most of the reaction videos that they do. And I've actually done that when my girlfriend would do the editing in the beginning when I did podcasting by myself.
Yeah.
And not have guests, and then she would go and put different random whatever, like if I was talking about Hellraiser or even Cujo, and just have like a growling dog pop up out of nowhere and whatnot. But she'll have like the disclaimer, for like certain music stuff going on, and then doing all that. So
I have a question. Sorry to interrupt here.
Are you in the class? Hi, my name is Bob.
Did you want to put it on the Zoom where you raised your hand?
Yeah.
You're gonna use the Zoom where you raise your
Too late
hand?
for
Okay,
that.
darn it.
Hold on. Let me see if I can try
option.
that. I can't.
You
I
really-
don't know how to-
no, don't.
Here we go. There it is.
Ah.
You're raising your hands.
There it is. Now it's official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need to
He
click
has
on it.
raised his hand. I'll put it back down. Okay.
It's your show. There you go. In case you forgot.
I think we should do that from now. Okay.
I have a show? I did not even know that. I'm like, what the fuck? Honey, I have a show.
You talked about.
Is she even there?
So you're talking about
watching YouTube. So
just some voice wafts by. I know you have.
It's closest thing I got to a middle finger there.
yeah, it's gonna be like this, like fuck you, motherfucker.
There's no. Oh god.
So you talked about Hellraiser, and I thought about Pinhead. How does Pinhead sleep at night? Does he have a pillow specifically made for his head? Because it's all a bunch of pins.
No,
And if
I
he
think he
lays down
sleeps
on it, does he like
standing
just sink right into his head? And then
I don't think.
How does he do
sleep's
that?
a big priority for him.
No.
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 Is it like Freddy Krueger, where he just
Are we
encourages
doing
teens to
another
follow
thing?
their
He's
dreams?
too busy
Is this-
driving
I'm not.
Christine.
No.
Whoa, that is not. That's
not
Clive Barker. Don't get your
We're not
get
doing
your
another
people
master
confused.
Okay.
Don't get your horror genres.
Bob Barker. Bob
What you
Barker.
call it? My horror
Clive.
genres.
Your horror genres.
Yeah, my horror genres.
Horror genres. Clive Barker. I know shit.
Clive
some
Barker. Bob Barker is his father. No.
Ooh. Yeah, that's why he forgot. He forgot to spay and neuter.
Spin the wheel.
He forgot to spay and neuter. Whoops.
It kind of fits, you figure. Bob Barker, Price is Right. Exactly. Bob Barker, Price is Right, and then you got Clive Barker, we call it, and Pinhead. So, spin the wheel, make the deal kind of thing,
See how there's a bit of a you kind of
you
use
can
that a little bit.
$4,500,
I think you went over. And,
Yeah, he went over.
You lost.
Yeah.
So there you go.
No. You got $1. All right, you beat the 50 cents.
You
You
went.
can get this skin-encrusted mobile for,
Ooh.
No.
that has been rammed by Cujo. And a leprechaun is still driving it. No,
It's not a Pinto.
it's not a Pinto. It's a Ford Chrysler.
It's a Ford
Volvo.
Chrysler.
You go.
You
Were there
go
other-
screw yourself.
Were there other questions you had listed for us?
Sorry, we keep interrupting you.
No, I had no questions. We're just ad-libbing
okay.
to this whole fucking thing. Come on now.
All right.
And honestly, I didn't know I had a show like you said. So,
I didn't say that.
I don't even know if we have a show. We just have a really kitschy logo, and I like it.
Well,
The Kichi logo.
Kitschy logo.
So where did the name There Is a Bear podcast come from?
oh.
I think Sarah can tell us all about that.
Come on,
I
guess.
actually am the least qualified to answer that question in the room.
That's why I pointed it to you.
Uh,
Okay,
we're-
so
This is guesty. No.
Right.
So when Mikey Two Sheets and I had started the podcast, we did a we. You can't see this over here, but deelo was stacking. Hold on, I have to turn this now. And pardon I'm breaking a fourth wall here.
Shit.
Deelo and Sarah are now about to start stacking all of their empties.
I swear to God, I think I pissed off Deelo. He does not want to be seen.
It doesn't take much.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. It takes a lot. Congratulations.
Oh,
To piss me off. Yeah,
I have done it before.
It actually does. Yeah, you have a couple times.
Oh, thanks.
That
That's
shows
okay. I've
that
done
we
it.
I just
know-
heard a truth
That
thing.
actually shows that we've known each other for quite a while.
I just heard a truth.
all it takes.
I love the episode. We'll get back to how the name came about.
Okay.
I love the episode where you had the two. I think you had your first guests. I wasn't sure who the guests were when Mikey Two Sheets was on. There was
That was the
guest,
Steve and Kyle
Steve and Kyle.
podcast
Yeah.
from Steve and Kyle.
and
podcast.
they came out and it's like, listen, Ghosty sounds more of a podcaster than you do. Like that.
Yeah, we sound like a bunch of kids, is what he's. I think
Yeah.
is what he was saying.
And he has like the voice, and honestly, I'm like, yeah, he does have the voice of like, hello, how are you?
He does.
Especially your commercial that you do for Anchor.
Anchor.
Yeah, it's like, hey, how you doing? Yeah.
Wait, is that what it sounds like
is that
to
your
you?
deal there?
Is that your deal impression?
I'm ad libbing, so I'm.
I want to.
like
I want to hear you do that again. Just
Try
say
that-
hi.
try
I'm
that one more
Deelo. There
time.
is a better podcast.
Well, let's see, like, hey, this is a better podcast.
That's not even the right name, but
that's
his own game show kind of thing.
Hey.
I love it. It was actually almost kind of Yogi Bear going on there.
No, but that one commercial.
Welcome to There's a Better Podcast.
No, but the one commercial where you're like the father and Tony's the son. You go, Dad?
Oh,
God.
It's like, oh, you're talking about the tattoo of the monkey. Or was it a monkey, I think it was?
I forgot what that was.
Yeah.
I can't even remember.
Yeah, on her calf. Yeah. It's like, oh, your mom's making.
How do you know
I don't think you're talking about lasagna.
Yeah, you really have listened if you've listened to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Thank you for being a fan. Thank you for being a friend.
Dude, I listen to every one of them. I tell you right now.
Way to go, Betty White.
Wow.
Yeah, man. hey,
Thank you for being a friend.
So getting to the name.
Damn, I'm sorry.
Very first. Oh no, you're fine.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was a question.
question.
Yeah, there was a question
on the board.
A real question.
I was pulling a Tony.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
Damn it! It's infectious even through the internet. All right.
Yeah.
I know I've done my job.
The sound waves. No, it's good. So,
Finally, they made it all the way over to Long Island.
Long Island.
Long Duck Dong Island.
Anyway,
So the name of the podcast came
The name of the podcast came from we were actually just talking about it on the very first episode that we had together, and it was just kind of like it was an episode of fuckery, and it was one that we weren't going to put out there, but then we just like thought, okay, well, we'll just put it out there just to have something. And I think we went through 2 or 3 different names while we were recording the episode. Originally we were going to call ourselves The Last Stop, because it was supposed to be like, congratulations, you've reached the end of the internet. That's where we live. And why are you here? Go back where it's much better. Don't visit us again. Kind of not like off-putting thing, but it was just like, what are you doing here? We're the end of the internet. You've been through it all. Yeah. And then so we realized that somebody else had come up with that. And so and how we found out was we did a lot of Twitter searches. So somebody else came up with the Last Stop podcast. Somebody else came up with a couple other different podcast names, and we were writing them down as we were going along. And I thought, I was trying to think of like names of a show or a podcast or just anything that was self-effacing, and it kind of just made it sound like, what are you doing here? There's a better podcast. And that's where it came from. There is a better podcast. And we said it on the show. And then after that, we looked in Twitter, and sure enough, nobody else had that name. That name didn't exist. So we are like feverishly trying to get Anchor started. We're trying to get Twitter started, Instagram, email account, like all the things, the way to connect us using There Is a Better Podcast. So that's how that came out.
All right, cool.
So, that was mine. Thank you. Thanks, Mikey. Just kidding. I love you, Mike.
Yeah, now he's doing the 1-minute movie reviews. And
that's
all.
right.
I'm hoping I'm going to get the Thor, Funko Pop. by the time the
Oh, that's right. He's got that thing going on. Yeah, if you retweet his tweets, then you get entered for the Thor Funko Pop.
The tweet that you retweet is an entry for the Funko Pop,
bobblehead.
Yeah.
Yep.
He does love the Marvel.
He does love
He
Marvel.
really does
He
love
marvels in
Marvel.
Marvel.
Do you love
Marvelous.
Marvel?
I'm a Marvel fan. I'm a DC fan, so I do everything. So it's
Wait, how could you be a DC fan and a Marvel fan? I thought those two worlds collided and were not.
They collide, but I read all the comic books. I don't discriminate. I fucking read everything. So
fair enough.
The only thing is, I got a pet peeve of.
You gotta pee.
You gotta pee.
Okay. I mean,
Hell, I've already gone
Hold
twice.
on.
we can make
right
it
back.
if you need to step out. What did he just say? Used an empty?
You ain't got the camera on, but he's doing some trucker shit over here.
All right,
That's a big tip.
Yeah.
He's going down.
Nope.
I'm BJ McCann. This is my best
Well,
friend.
what I was gonna say was
Evacuation.
That was a good finish right there. That was a good finish.
All done.
Am I on the wrong show?
No, he's recycling now. That's all.
Yeah, we're all
Recycling, yeah.
sometimes.
I'm just cleaning it out.
He's doing some Kevin Costner Waterworld shit.
Waterworld.
No, I'm doing some camping fucking shit. That's what we used to
There
do.
you go.
All right, that's good.
That
too.
works too. Yep.
But
I prefer glamping versus camping, but okay.
4 seasons minimum.
I got a pet peeve, not PP. But anyway, so pet peeve of like when I see like a comic book movie, and I always see what's wrong with the fucking movie because they do a remake, and they always put in, like, say X-Men for instance, right?
X-Men, for instance.
Well, X-Men, like the movie and all that, they throw every character that's in the comic books in one movie. And I'm like, okay, that person doesn't fucking show up until that time. Or this one doesn't happen at that time.
So it's in the timeline.
Yeah. Or even the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider movie, where I've been reading a whole bunch of comic books of Ghost Rider, and neither one of them shows that Ghost Rider does imitations of fucking Elvis. So
it's just Nick Cage.
You know what?
thing.
None of them also show Peen. Thankfully, we got that from the
What?
Peen.
From where? What are you talking about? What movies did that?
I was trying to I was trying to recall back from when we were talking about.
Oh, I was
Kids in
like,
the
you do not
Hall.
watch Marvel movies or DC movies. I called you out.
No, but we call it a Case in the Hall, man. That is some fucked up.
Sorry.
So,
I totally decided. Go ahead.
Do you read or watch
read?
watch
That's
The
what-
Boys?
That's my last
The
girlfriend.
Boys.
told me,
The
she's
Boys.
like, you read?
No, I had to
When
rest
is
in
the
my
next
sentence.
season
I know you
supposed to
have
come out
books.
anyway?
You talked
Yeah, because
about
The
having
Boys
books.
starts
About fucking time.
I can read
Third,
what
season
podcast
3.
better there is. So anyway,
Well done. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Number 2.
Because I know that The Boys is a comic book.
When did you say it's coming out again?
So The Boys season 3 comes out on June 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was asking
The
was,
second season was not as good as the first.
do you read the comic books or follow along with it? You
I
think the
don't.
second one was good?
I don't get to read comic books.
I never knew that The Boys was a comic book until they came out on Prime.
The
and I'm like,
series, right? Yeah.
And then I found out it was a comic book. I'm like, all right, fine. And even The Walking Dead was a comic book, and I didn't realize it until the show came out. Yeah, so everything pretty much comes out from a comic book. Even Conan, Evil Dead.
Conan O'Brien was a comic book?
Well, yeah, you see that costume with the fucking hair?
That's true.
It's trademark
He
hair.
did.
It's trademark
He
hair.
did Comic-Con.
Actually,
a couple times.
Conan the Barbarian was actually one that I grew up on that I just all the time loved. Anything Dungeons and Dragons oriented, I was all about.
I liked Conan the
one of those
Librarian.
geeks.
That was my thing.
This is my imitation of the hookers in New York
There you go.
City.
I was a D&D geek.
D&D geek.
I
How many
was.
It's
sided
a landing
dice is
strip.
that?
It's a finding strip.
Is it 18?
The 20-sided dice?
I don't know. You tell me. How many sided dice do
There's
you
a
and how
condom.
many do you need?
Well, you got the 20-sided die.
The 20-sided die.
You have a 4-sided die.
Four-sided
you have
die.
a
But
the
6-sided
shoe
die.
fits will
There's
wear
a
it, I guess.
9-sided die. There's a
See,
10-sided
look,
die.
me and you're all
Yeah,
fucked
there's
up.
all sorts.
Yeah, we're having our own show over here.
They're
Yeah.
having their own show. They're over there, yeah. So
This is what happens. when
this
you
is
have
Marvel
more
over
people.
here. It's DC over there. Yeah.
Oh!
Master.
Say Marvel's over here. I'm fine with that. You could be DC over there.
Oh,
As long as Marvel's over here.
DC stands for damn cool. And that's what we are. Yeah.
We're not even that.
I mean Marvel.
We're indie motherfucker.
As long as Iron Man is on my side, like I don't give a shit about the rest.
What is your favorite comic book hero?
Sarah, go.
Ooh.
Yes. Because I know I pissed her off already about a couple times.
Yeah, I think that's just nonsense. Nobody's pissing me off.
Well, we're not trying.
I don't really do I mean, if you're talking about movies, I don't read
like the
comic
movies,
books.
You know, like characters in the movies.
No, I'm an Iron Man all the way, 110%.
Okay.
Yeah, 110%. You give 110%.
Oh, God.
But is it with the suit, or because he has money, or
I like the confidence. I think that's where it gets me.
Okay, that's good.
But I
That's
do
good
really love
acting.
the new Batman movie, Batman, because of the detective-iness. I do like that.
Oh, the Darren Patterson one, the new one.
Whatever his name is, Patrick or
Mahomes.
Patterson. Is that his last name? I don't
With
know.
Zoe Kravitz, right?
With Zoe Kravitz. I like it because it's more detective-iness, and it's not just like, oh, I'm just a big playboy with a ton of money and a lot of
We
gadgets.
actually watched that last night. We saw that last night.
Did you like it?
I actually surprisingly liked it, and she did too. And she was like, it was great entertainment, and and I didn't find anything like physically like wrong with it. It was just there were certain things I did like about it because
Did it remind you of Seven? Did the grittiness remind you of Seven?
No, it was more like he had the look, the squint. Like when somebody's doing something, you see him going like, and I'm
he's
like,
really
you don't
thinking.
see that with Batman. Batman is more like, just stares at you and then
Kind of
disappears.
stoic almost.
Yeah, stoic and all that. But this one, he's like, really? Are you really fucking with me?
He's processing.
He's not saying it.
Yeah, he's processing. I like it.
Yeah, processing everything, and and even Alfred was like, I don't know. I didn't feel like he was an Alfred. It was like his younger. It was like his dad almost.
It was,
but it wasn't his.
It was
dad,
It's hard to get out of the Chris Nolan franchise, but
Yeah.
So roll it over to Deelo.
Yeah,
You?
Kind of depends on what we're talking about, because like if you go back to the days when I actually used to read comic books on a regular basis, it was Conan, the Barbarian, Iron Man was one of my favorites, and then not anybody really. I don't know if anybody knows who it was, but there was this character called Longshot that I absolutely fucking love.
Oh yeah, long shot from a different dimension and like the arcade kind of dimension.
Yep. So that's like the actual comic book era, but if you're talking like recent movies, Deadpool easily is.
Oh, and long shot is kind of
We've all
like
got a thing for
the
Ryan
version of Party in the Back and
the mullet.
Business in the front,
mullet.
Party
He
in the
pulled
back.
the major mullet, spiked hair and the Party in the Back.
All right, I understand this isn't a mullet going on.
Not yet.
Not to say that I didn't used to have a mullet, because I did. I did.
Tony, anything? I know you're not really into the.
I'm not really into comics, but
movies or any of that.
I love Batman, and it all started with Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was my favorite Batman.
I like that. That was good. Yeah.
Still my least favorite one.
Okay, well, your
opinion is your own.
Your opinion is invalid.
Who was the one before? Who was the one before him?
No, he was the
Adam
one
West.
Yeah, it was like
No,
TV.
no.
Movie wise, no, it was just Michael Keaton was the first one.
He was the first.
So who came after Michael?
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, yeah.
Val Kilmer
and then George Clooney.
George Clooney. Yeah.
I rescind my comment because Val Kilmer was the worst one.
Nope, George Clooney. Was
I think
the
you
worst.
think so?
George Clooney was the worst.
Actually,
that was the
the
Robin
worst.
one. Yeah, with the Robin.
I feel like we need to all sit down and watch through them all.
Are we going to do another master debater here?
No, let's do a watch party. Let's do a watch party. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that was the one with Batgirl as well.
Yeah.
So Alicia Silverstone.
And are we restricting this to the whole? What's the director's name?
No.
Actually, it wasn't even him.
No,
it was different one.
He started it, and then they all like
It's
different.
any of the
directors, weren't they?
Batmans. I mean, even the one with
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Who
I
am
was
I
going to
thinking
say
of, though?
not
Tim
Matt
Burton?
Damon, but
Is it
Tim Burton? Yeah, Tim Burton's the one that did the other ones. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Tim Burton, and then I really feel like it was a Jerry Bruckheimer somewhere along
I think
the way.
his name was Oliver Closeoff, and
I definitely prefer the darker series compared to that stuff.
Have you watched the new Batman? The Batman. No, you don't
I
have
watched.
HBO Max.
I have yet to see that. It's on HBO.
I
Max.
watched the one with Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Okay.
I like the one with Christian Bale and Heath Ledger as a Joker.
The Christian Bale ones are
Heath
good.
Ledger
Heath Ledger as the Joker
really
was
good for me,
awesome.
But let's be honest. He was the reason that movie was so
Heath Ledger?
good.
Oh yeah,
It was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was.
I mean, Christian Bale's, it's fine.
It's okay.
And the tone of Christopher Nolan that he brought to the franchise was cool.
Yeah.
But literally, like, without Heath Ledger, that movie just would have been.
It would have been boring.
I've only watched one of the ones with the new Superman guy. I can't remember who he is.
Henry Cavill.
And it was where
Henry
Batman
Kissinger?
and Superman like
Cavill.
meet.
Whatever.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't care for him.
That
Batman
was
versus Superman.
that was the worst Batman.
v
That's
Superman.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
That was
wasn't
Ben
Ben Affleck.
Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe that's why I don't remember it.
He's got like the smallest row of front teeth. It's so weird. He's so weird.
He's got like
That's your critique?
Yes. And he's got a big forehead. It's so weird.
You have small front teeth?
Folks, this is what happened when Sarah looks at the dating apps. Yeah.
Poor J.
No.
Do you think
Swipe
J Lo
left.
now? Is it J Lo now? Yeah, he's back with J Lo.
That's her problem. That's her 2 times
She's got a thing. She's got a
problem.
thing for small teeth.
For like a small row of front teeth.
See,
His
look,
his
look.
bottom teeth are short. It's so weird. And then he's got this giant
Oh my god,
forehead.
I gotta look
can't
this up now because
even.
now I am really.
Look at for a smile. Look for
J-Lo.
a whole face smile because
So-
it's
So J-Lo gave up A-Rod's fucking World
Every-
Series ring for a bottom row of fucking teeth.
a baby teeth. Like they're baby
All right,
teeth.
top
Little
teeth,
tiny baby
top teeth or bottom?
The bottom row are like little tiny baby teeth.
Okay, so far I haven't been able to find bottom
Yeah, and
teeth.
you won't. I'm telling
Good
you,
luck.
you'd have to watch a movie to
Listen,
see
when
his
I do-
whole bottom row of teeth.
When I do
Am
the
I wrong?
episode
Am I
art,
wrong?
I'll draw some teeth in there. So.
Go ahead. I
mean,
gotta.
most people's bottom teeth are going to be smaller than their top teeth, right?
I'm telling you, Deelo, it's like the babyest row of bottom teeth. It looks ridiculous.
Okay,
I'm still trying to find some bottom.
All right,
I'm
you're
trying
gonna
to
have to
find
go
any
watch.
teeth.
Give me
You're gonna have
just
to
a
go watch
moment
like
here.
Gone Girl or something. You're gonna have to go watch a movie with him in it. Or go watch Days.
Why did Ryan Reynolds come up?
Go watch
All
Days
right.
and Confused.
All right, so
something.
my favorite character.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, right.
taking
Yeah,
that.
you were a part of the show, aren't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah, I know. We're eating up time here. Go ahead.
we're canceled. All right, so no.
I got something. While you do that, I'm just gonna put this up on the screen here.
Oh my god, I thought I lost visual. Oh jeez.
So here's a
Because Tony's taking over.
Who's your-
this is from a Pearl City Dental Care website, and it's literally dedicated to Ben Affleck's smile.
Seriously?
It is. It's
Hold on, I
up
gotta
on
see
the.
it.
If you can
Is
see this,
Is there a way I can get this in
I'm not
full
wrong.
view here?
I feel
I
confident.
will.
What do I got to do?
Hold on.
And I don't
I will
care
attempt
the
to
outcome. He's
enlarge
still gross.
this just a
Blech.
bit. There you go.
Wow, you were
What were
really
you
not
saying?
a Ben Affleck fan,
No,
are you?
not hard pass.
So there are his teeth.
I mean, I'm not going to fight you on this. 'Cause
There's two right there, and
Are you guys really looking up his teeth?
I'm not going
I
to
love
master
it.
debate you on it.
There's
can't
another
help it,
one.
he's enlarged it. You know.
I see. I
And J Lo's gorgeous. I'm not saying
Am I supposed to
anything
see
bad about
his
J-Lo.
teeth at
She's
this point?
fabulous.
Can you see that?
There's a bottom row that's missing.
So the bottom row,
how do I zoom in?
you.
He's like Matthew
can't.
McConaughey
I
with a short.
zoomed in as best as I
Look,
could.
He's like Matthew McConaughey with short forearms. He'll always
Wait.
like Matthew McConaughey's always like this. He'll never do this because his
There you go.
forearms are
Look.
super short.
How about that?
He'll never.
Look,
He'll always.
look, Tony. The left side is Matt Damon, and the left and the right side is Ben Affleck.
There you go.
I'll
All
take a plate of Matt Damon
All right.
and I'll put the plate of Ben Affleck into the garbage.
It's disgusting. That's what it is.
I can concur.
And
You're right.
wait,
His
It's
teeth are,
weird,
his
right?
teeth are a little
scroll
weird.
up,
They're weird.
Tony. Scroll up from it. Scroll up.
Okay, give me a second. Hold on. I gotta get back to it.
Yeah. No,
I
no.
mean, you're
go
obviously
that way,
not
that way,
huge.
that way.
You want that one?
Yeah. Look, and that's Ben Affleck's dentist. Yeah.
No, not Matt Damon.
No, it's Ben Affleck's dentist. Yeah.
Where
I
did
thought this was Ben
this
Affleck's
go?
dentist on the left here. on
And you
this
think
one.
our shows are crazy?
Oh my God,
This is
I'm
full on batshit.
I'm not going to have Ben Affleck on the show ever again now. So, but anyway,
There we
Again?
go. There we
Again?
go. There we got them all now.
there we go. Okay,
He's
one,
from
That's even
Boston.
better.
He's
Wait,
never
hold on.
gonna come over.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Get you a woman on the
7,
floor.
8.
Gonna get up and get
Get
down.
down.
Gonna get up and get down. All right, that's enough.
Now
of
he
that.
doesn't
All
have
right,
that
so
weird
I
middle
got-
tooth like Tom Cruise,
No,
but
I
his bottom
counted-
row is really short.
I counted 10 top teeth.
Okay. Do you want to go back to that again?
Yeah, wait, just let me see. I'm going to get 10, and then
there it is.
There's about 40 over here. It's like he's younger than middle age, and then oh shit, I got older and I have no bottom teeth.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
there you go.
you're hard pressed to find that bottom row.
He's just gumming it.
You know what happened?
He's hiding them.
You know what happened when he was doing the movie Dogma? He was sucking so much dick that we called it teeth pain.
Is that Kevin Smith?
Yeah, Kevin Smith. Well, Kevin Smith always talks about his dick getting sucked, so now we know where the teeth went.
37, for what I understand.
Yeah.
In one day?
I hope
in a row.
Kick
Sorry,
off.
You're gonna correct me. In a row. Who was your favorite?
My girlfriend sucked 37.
My favorite. My favorite.
Sucking dick on the way out.
My favorite. Hold on, I gotta pee again. Okay.
You invited us, and this is what you get.
Hey! I knew what I was
Proving
getting
once
myself
again.
into.
There is a better podcast.
In unison.
Yeah.
No, I knew what I was getting myself into. I love this whole.
Did you?
Yeah, oh, I know. Believe me. I want to be a guest on your show.
We never know.
Yeah.
I want to be the guest on the show.
Our show's only an hour. I don't know where.
Yeah. You'd have to be real fast.
We're on an hour and a half.
Series.
This is like
we're on an hour and a half.
Like a season. Okay. This is a whole season.
You still got a whole. There is a better.
It's like Downton Abbey.
Show, you know.
Okay, who's your favorite?
Yeah, who's your favorite?
I got.
Oh yeah, we're still doing that.
I was talking about baby teeth. You're talking about sucking dicks. I don't know where everything went.
Wait, I did not bring up the dick.
No, I brought up the sucking dicks because
you did the correct quote. Okay. In a row.
So, Deadpool is my favorite.
Deadpool?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I have to go and do a second one, it would be Doctor Strange.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you watch?
Have you seen the new one yet?
I haven't seen a new one yet. No,
Okay.
I mean, but we could. I like Doctor Strange, but also like Ghost Rider because that whole biker with the face of the skull and the flames. I love that whole thing.
With Nicolas Cage.
No fucking Nicolas Cage, please.
Oh. So you struck a nerve.
No, I like Nicolas Cage on certain points, but don't go and do a comic book movie and think that I'm just gonna go and give the
Whip
whole
the chain around, call it a day.
fucking shake. I'm like, no, fuck that shit.
Do you think it relied too much on CG?
No, it was fine like that. If he didn't do that Elvis Presley fucking thing, then it'll be great.
Oh, okay.
God damn it! Now I have to pee.
I will say.
You keep talking.
I will say, and it's not.
Hey, you want my mug? You want my cup?
It does. It doesn't really fit the whole movie category, but Jessica Jones. I had never heard of her as a comic book.
Like a comic book.
Yeah, I know. Neither
heroine.
I started watching that, and that's really fucking good.
I like her a lot.
And
Defenders and
I can't remember who the actress is, but I kind of got.
I'm gonna look it up.
Oh
my god,
I've had a thing for her ever since seeing it.
She was in
There was a movie.
And in my defense,
God,
she actually looks like one of my exes a little bit. So
she was in a movie called Nightmare Books.
I don't know that. I just know she was like.
It's Kristen Ritter.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it is not replaced to nothing near John Ritter.
Kristen Ritter. Okay, so she was also in Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She was in a couple of seasons.
She played Jesse's boyfriend or girlfriend.
Yes,
Yeah.
And anyway, if you haven't watched it, whatever. But she died. Okay. So the other show that I watched that I knew her from.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. She fucking died.
If you haven't watched it by now, what the fuck is your issue?
Yeah, I can't help you.
Go watch the fucking series.
The show that I knew her from was before Breaking Bad. It was called Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23. And she was the bee. And oh my God, it was so fucking hilarious.
She was a bee?
She was
like
the
a
bitch.
flag?
She was a bitch. And the best part was she was best friends with James Vanderbeek, who was on Dawson's Creek, and he plays himself. Oh my God, it is fucking hysterical.
Don't trust the
bee in Apartment 23.
Okay.
So this chick from the Midwest takes a job in New York City, and she finds cheap rent. New York City.
City, or I'm sorry,
It's a sitcom.
series, or
It's a sitcom.
Okay.
It was a series, and she was the star of it. And it was only like 2 or 3 seasons. It got canceled, unfortunately. But anyway, yeah. So she's like this kind of party girl, and she doesn't pay any rent. She steals money from people. She's just terrible. And she's best friends with James Vanderbeek, and she tries to get all the perks from having him as a best friend.
Is
and
she single?
She's awful. Yeah, she's single.
because she's starting to sound like she's starting to sound
And
like
she's
someone
super hot.
Tony's
She's a super
ex-girlfriend.
jerk. She's fantastic. But anyway, it got canceled, and then she went on to do what I was just talking about.
I don't know. Tuned out.
And folks, if you want to get stickers, just look at the back
Breaking Bad.
of Tony's thing. Yeah.
Look at that. We have the Tattoo Podcast right up here. We have both of them, and then ours is over in this little corner.
Ours is over
Pickle
here.
Rick came back.
Yeah.
Didn't you have him at the office?
Wubba lubba dub dub.
You
I
had
have
him
2 of
I
them.
thought you had him at the office.
I have
not
2
a
of them.
show,
This is the
though,
second
but
one.
yeah,
The
sure.
other one's in the office. Yes, you're correct.
Very good.
Yes, you're correct.
Yes, you're
Or are we tying on these on later? Is that what's happening?
Yes,
All
we're
right.
going to be on the nasal pond
So-
today.
Tell everybody. Actually, this is gonna be like the stupidest question ever. But tell everybody what the podcast is about.
Oh
If
shit!
you
Are we
haven't
still
already
being
known.
interviewed?
Have you
Hold
not
on.
already known? Hey,
Hold on. I got something for
Let
that.
me roll my promo. No.
are you gonna
Oh wait, I'll let Tony do that.
Are you gonna do it?
do a Ben Affleck Tifa
No.
show again? Oh, okay.
No Ben Affleck.
No.
Do I need to
We're
do
done
it?
with him.
Should
Okay.
I do it?
No more.
You're
of
doing
him.
it?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
there you go.
No more.
I'm
of him.
sorry, Sarah. I'm sorry. Okay.
All right, we're just going to give you the thing once again. And thank you for tuning in to There Is a Better Podcast through the Tattoo Squid Podcast, a show about everything.
And right now we're answering the question, what is the podcast about? So go ahead.
We're a show about everything and nothing all at once, with a goal of bringing a little bit of humor into your day. Like us, love us, hate us, we are proof that there is a better podcast. That's enough of that.
That's enough of that.
There we go. Yeah.
And there's the answer.
And there's the answer.
There. And now,
Hey,
where can you find them?
I was going to say, I think we've actually debated whether we actually want to focus in on something because we've heard that
True thing.
I
Oh,
think more
yeah.
focused podcasts apparently get more listenership. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
So there is
And then we decided we don't give a fuck.
There's a better poll.
There's a poll out there right now. I just posted that a few days ago as of this recording. And the question was, what do you like to listen to on podcasts? And so the options were a morning zoo, which is what I kind of like. That's where my heart is. I'm a big fan
Interview.
of morning zoo, kind of like the Bob and Tom show. It's kind of a regional thing, but that might be one of the more well-known ones. So a morning zoo, multiple people doing stupid jokes, stupid things,
Games.
parody songs.
Definitely
games,
what I
stuff
thought
like
of
that.
it as when I
News.
first got on board.
Immediate news stuff. Like
The
yeah.
the second option, pop culture stuff. The second option, interviews.
Yeah.
The third option was themed discussion, and as of right now, we have 7 votes. 29% like the morning zoo. 14% say interview, and 57% say themed discussion. So based on those options, I mean, I'm sure there are other different types of podcasts as well, but every episode, if you have a theme discussion, apparently people like to tune in, and then that will keep their interest. But the one thing I think about that, though, is the other side of the coin. What if the theme is something you just don't want to hear about? Does that mean you're
Well,
just going to
you
tune out
don't-
to the entire episode?
I-
So you
I-
lose a listener that way.
But see, a listener.
We only have one.
Just the
It's
one.
you.
And that's
It's you, Dre.
that's
Thank you.
that's my thought process on that is like, okay, so you're not interested in every single one. That's okay.
That's true.
You're still gonna tune in if you like the people.
Maybe.
Well, hopefully that the banter works.
And
But
even then, who gives a fuck?
That's kind of what we were talking about earlier. Was like, I think we just do whatever we want. Maybe we mix
Pretty
it up.
much.
Maybe we be a little bit of everything. Maybe we just,
Yeah.
right? You just
'Cause
do what works for you.
Shoot the shit. That's it.
Yeah,
I think the goal since we started doing it, the
Nobody's
three of
paying
us
us
was
to
just
do
to
this.
hang out
True.
and chill and just be
Talk amongst
just
ourselves.
talk amongst ourselves.
And
Well,
over
if you
each
want to
other.
pay them, you go. No, I'm just kidding. So
I agreed,
Nowhere to go.
and we will always go with that concept. I mean,
Yeah.
who doesn't want to get paid, especially if we get paid to do this kind of shit?
Right.
Yeah.
That's
That's
that
pretty
ever
awesome.
happened. That would be great. And a thing too is like, the listener is part of the conversation, and we hope that whatever we're talking about, the listener yells at their cell phone or their radio or whatever it is that they're listening to.
Maybe they're just talking nicely. I mean,
Or
they don't have to yell.
I should say interjects their position as well,
like
based
agreeing
on what we're
about
talking about.
Ben
And
Affleck's teeth. for
exactly.
sure.
And I'm sure that
Absolutely.
hopefully that will happen.
Yeah.
or when the podcast goes on and they're listening and they're saying this, I'm sorry, officer, why are you pulling me over? I was just listening to There's a Better podcast. And then that cop would say, well, listen, you're getting a better...
Oh, are you
Here's-
looking for recommendations?
No, here's the cop saying, he's like, well, here's a better ticket. No.
Exactly.
Here's a better
But no,
ticket.
really, officer.
Here's a better recommendation. You better keep it under the speed limit, you
Here's your
jackwagon.
ticket for not
Have a
having
good
any
day.
taste in podcasts.
Or you could be like Super Troopers and then, like, I don't have any drugs. No.
I love that movie.
You want me to pay this meow?
Yeah,
Meow.
yeah. No, my favorite part was
say meow?
the cultural couple that liked bondage and everything else, and they're in the speedster fucking car. And then there's Rabbit, just like tongue kissing and humping her while it's like, hey, can you hold on to the kid? No, he can't sit right here on the lap. No.
When they have him back in the station, who would like a mustache ride? Ooh, I like a mustache.
No, that was at the guy's house. That was at
that was at the house.
that was at the house.
Yeah, I think he invited the couple back to
My
their
bad.
house.
I'd have to watch the movie again, which
Yeah, it's been a while.
that's a damn shame if I have to watch that again.
Oh boy.
I love that movie.
I
Have
love
you
that
seen? Speaking of those guys, have you seen the show? It's on True TV. It's called Tacoma FD.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's with two of the same guys.
Yes.
And my God, the names are
let me help you out.
Heffernan.
Heffernan. Yep,
Yeah,
Heffernan.
Heffernan and
And then the other guy who has like slick black hair. He had the
Yeah.
giant.
Kevin Heffernan and Steve Lemmy.
Steve Lemmy, thank you. And they
You're
play
welcome.
these fire chiefs in Tacoma, Washington. And so the joke behind that, of course, is it's always raining in Tacoma, Washington. So what the fuck do the firefighters do the rest of the day? And that's what you get to. They mess with each other just in the same way as any other
Kind of the
broken
same-
lizard act. Yeah,
Concept of the police where they were serving in the what was the name of the movies again? I'm sorry.
Police Academy.
Salmon.
Yeah, Police Academy.
Police Academy. Yeah, kind of like that. But yeah, if you like Broken
thanks.
Lizard, if you like those guys, I highly recommend Tacoma FD on
No,
True TV.
Jay Chandrasekhar?
I
I'm surprised he wasn't part
Where
of
did
the
he
show.
go?
I recommend Club Dread. I recommend Slam.
I haven't
Dread?
seen that
Oh my
yet. I
God.
haven't seen that yet.
You mean
Uh,
with Penelope?
Yeah, Penelope. Penelope. Yeah.
He kept calling her name is Penelope. He kept
Yeah,
calling her
Penelope.
Penelope.
Penelope. What was it? A beer fest. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. All right. I'm not trying to be racist on this one, but we could. This is how they said it. It's like, he's got the eye of the Jew. He's got the eye of the Jew.
Oh God.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
That's the movie that I cannot watch without drinking. I will
Oh, yeah.
I will drink as much as I
It
can.
was supposed to do a smoking one.
Yeah, Pot Fest. I think was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
follow-up.
Yeah, beer
I heard
fest, and Hot Fest with Willie
Willie Nelson.
Nelson. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know if they actually were going to do that or if they just put that on as kind of like a little joke, but I would have watched that.
I kept on trying to get fucking Broken Lizard on here. I want to get these guys on here.
Oh my God, those guys are freaking amazing, all of them. I think Paul Soto is one of the writers on Tacoma FD as well. He plays a character now and then, kind of he's a dick, and he plays that part so well though. But
I was trying to get any kind of celebrity. I was trying to get Elvira, the girl from Death Proof.
Oh shit, I can't remember her name now. You're talking about
Tracy Toms. Tracy Toms.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the one who was also in Clerks too.
No. Tracy Thompson was driving the vehicle, and she's like, "I'm the horniest motherfucker on the road." Yeah.
Such a great movie.
I
Both
guess I
of
don't know
those
that
were
movie.
really good. The
Oh, you
Grindhouse
got it,
series,
yeah,
but I like Death Proof a lot.
Yeah, Death Proof and Planet Terror is one movie, but with two parts.
Yeah.
Is that Kurt Russell's in the first part with the car?
Yeah, that's Death Proof.
Right.
Death
That's
Proof
Death
was
Proof.
the one with the car.
Okay.
And Bruce Willis is in Planet Terror
That's right.
with Tarantino and Josh Brolin.
Well, that one was directed by the same guy who
Tarantino.
did Machete, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And even Machete, I
It's,
think. is in this
Rodriguez,
movie.
right?
Rodriguez. Yep. Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
And I love that the old, when you see the beginning of.
You should tap Red. You should tap that guy, Machete. Yeah.
I tried. No,
Are
yeah,
you
Danny
talking
Trejo
about,
did.
I mean,
I did. I missed him on
Danny
Twitter.
Trejo?
Danny
Danny
Trejo.
Trejo.
That's
Awesome.
it. Thank you. Oh, that's what I was
Hell
trying to say.
yeah.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
You should tap Danny
I've seen
Trejo.
every movie that guy has done. He has like he has a burrito shop in L.A.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, L.A. and all over. He has like all over different states and all that. So
what's the name of that? Do you know?
I'm not even sure what the name. I'm just gonna look it up myself.
Obviously, I don't know the man, but man, one of the things I do like about him is he seems to genuinely have a sense of humor about himself.
Oh yeah.
I think he has an appreciation because he has come through some actual
some rough
real
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so to be able to be a restaurateur,
Mhm.
a film, like in movies, people take
Be
him
blessed.
seriously.
Yeah.
Great.
He like
Trejo's
he does-
Tacos.
There you
Trejo's
go.
Tacos. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
I-
has a cook. He has a cookbook. Did you know that? He has a cookbook.
I think we should put that
I
on.
think we should get on it.
We should do that.
We should get on that.
Get on
Get
that
on it.
cookbook.
Get on that. Recipes and stories from LA, a cookbook.
I mean, we
Bam.
also
Trejo's
had that
Tacos.
episode where you were talking about Snoop
Snoop
Dogg's
Dogg's,
cookbook.
yes.
Yeah,
Yep, I've
and you
made a
made the
few
mac and
things.
cheese, I think, didn't you?
I've made a couple of
Yeah.
things from there actually.
That was
Yeah.
good. That was good mac and cheese.
Yeah, I'm looking at the menu right now. So when you said
Odios
Snoop Dogg,
hermanos.
when you said Snoop Dogg, so you can smoke a bowl, and you can eat there too. So, yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, the more you know.
And oh my God,
Sorry,
I love this. I love the
You're
menu.
not doing that. You're like, I'm not doing
They got fried chicken with Danny Trejo's face on the side. Cardenas, we call his face on the side.
So when I look up Danny Trejo, I want to know why the question that people also ask about Danny Trejo is if he's a nice guy. That is at the top of the list. That is a weird question.
But he always
I
plays
don't-
characters.
I don't think
though,
it's-
that
I don't
like,
think
is it
it's
suggest-
necessarily weird.
he's typecast to play a bad guy?
Yeah.
or just somebody who'll kill you for a dollar.
But again, kind of like I was just saying, he seems to have a sense of humor about himself.
Yeah.
Kind of, and he's funny a lot of the times, like where you're like,
He is.
he seems like he'd be fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I want to get him on the show. I want to compare tattoos, actually. So.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
there's your in.
See? There's your in.
Because he has like the whole chest tattoo. And when you see him on
American Bandstand. Yeah.
no.
No?
The Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like the bartender. He goes, "Can I get you something?" And he's like, "Yeah, can I get a dirty glass?" You know.
Let me tell you how much Danny Trejo transcends, because not only does he do, the food thing now, he does these movies now. He also did the Spy Kids franchise in 2001. So my kids, who are now 13, 14, grew up watching Danny Trejo. They know who he is, and they love him.
Well, and
so he is not scary. He is awesome to them.
And I will say he's a lot like Ice Cube, where he's transcended what
Into family movies?
It's Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
I mean,
Snoop Dogg,
he is transcended what he originally began as, what we all knew him as, and then you go,
are we there yet?
It is so weird. Yeah, but it's so weird to see Ice Cube in a movie like that.
Yeah.
And that's fucking awesome that they've been able to move beyond what they were.
I'm going to give credit to Robert Rodriguez, because Robert Rodriguez was the director for the movies he was doing that was more like, where he was Machete or, those types of roles. But then he started transitioning and doing kids movies, and he took him with him and made him a really good guy, actually, in the movies. He wasn't scary at all.
Now,
it was kind of cool to see someone that was Mexican being like a positive, and it was really cool. I appreciated that. So the kids love him.
One thing that I want to give props to in from Dusk Till Dawn, because we were talking about it, is the band in there, Tito and Tarantula. If you do not know the band, seriously,
It's a
Tito
real
and
band.
Tarantula.
Real band.
They don't just like
an
bodies.
awesome band. And not only that, but I am fairly certain, and I didn't end up looking it up, and I'm trying to, like, while I'm talking to you guys, but I ended up watching Roadhouse again. Like, I hadn't watched it. I hadn't watched it in years. ended up watching it, and I swear to God, Tito and Tarantula are in that movie as well. But I'm looking it up now just to see if I'm right.
It just reminds me of
Great fucking band though.
Family Guy, Roadhouse,
Roadhouse,
or Toast House.
Roadhouse is something that is for sure.
You know, I mean,
you want to see some boning? I guess watch Roadhouse.
No. So apparently, according to whatever I just found, it is not. But the lead singer is from Tito and Tarantula. So there you go.
Well, there you go.
That's from Roadhouse, though. But Tito and Tarantula and Dust Till Dawn. Fucking love that band too. Great band.
Bit of trivia.
Well, there you go. Now we've learned something together.
Fuck off.
You know, that's the thing is a lot
is that how you tell your guests that the show?
Okay, so this is one of the things that I feel like happens like when we're on our show.
Yeah,
is I'll say something, and then you guys are like, I don't know what to follow up. It's like you guys get quiet. Am I right? You don't know what to follow up with?
I don't know.
I don't know what to follow up with that question.
We're gonna turn.
Oh, what I was gonna say was
turn Dre's show into a therapy session, guys.
Oh,
don't worry, I got the book right now, so I'm ramping down.
Seriously, I'll say shit every once in a while, and they both kind of look at me like,
"How does that make you feel?"
I don't know.
Listen, if I get enough money, I'm getting a fucking couch.
All right, casting couch.
I will lay on the couch while you guys are talking. Yeah. I'll lay on the couch while you guys are talking, and I'll write.
We're doing some therapy here
he's
for
in
you.
Therapy.
Wait a minute. I think Dre is going to be on the couch, but he's going to be therapying us.
Yeah. I'm going to go
completely role reversal.
That works.
Okay.
What?
All right.
Do you have any other loaded questions you'd like to ask?
Well, since you said that, do you like loaded potatoes? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so
hell yes.
Yeah.
I have some in the freezer. That's probably gonna make some for dinner tonight.
Oh, did you just disagree? Did you just disagree?
Get out of here!
Are you kidding me? You're talking about bacon. You're talking about cheese.
You
You're
know I
talking
don't
about
like bacon, right?
Sour cream.
You're talking about cilantro. You're talking about
green onions.
You want
Green
to fucking
onions?
throw it. Yes.
Yeah.
Green onions.
Bacon. Did
Potato.
you already say bacon?
That's fucking awesome.
Potato.
That is
And
food.
a little bit of gabagool.
That beats sushi all over the place.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no, it
Wait
does.
a minute.
From the guy who hasn't had sushi.
You're comparing
I've had
sushi.
just
Okay.
not more than a bite, and I don't know.
You didn't like it.
You're comparing sushi
To a loaded potato.
I'll tell you what. If you guys,
We're doing it again.
No,
if
I'm
you guys,
too tired. I can't.
if you guys want to pick up sushi sometime, I will try it, but somebody else has to pay for it, and then I have to have a backup plan because I know I'm not going to want it.
You know what? Then, all right. So when you're hosting the show, do you want to do that on your host? Because we rotate hosting.
Sushi. I just
try.
did
We rotate hosting
Mediterranean
every
for you
week.
guys. I just did Mediterranean for you
did.
guys.
It
That's
was
true. You
amazing.
did, and that was really good. And thank you for that.
It was
Wait,
okay.
Where are we putting on a host? Wait.
So the idea is, we're gonna dump a bunch of sushi on them. We're gonna put some.
As long as I ate something else or have something else to eat.
Okay.
You can have a peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Loaded potato. A
That'd
loaded
be fine.
potato
Peanut
backup.
A PB&J would be fine.
Loaded potato backup.
All right.
Peanut butter jelly and banana would be even better.
Ooh.
Dre. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't want to forget about Dre. Let's not forget about Dre.
Tony got
ever
distracted there
forget
for a
about
moment
Dre.
thinking about PB&J.
I did.
With the banana. Once you added the banana, it was all over.
Yeah, I said that. And it was like, oh, that sounds good.
He's gonna have that for dinner now.
I couldn't help myself.
I wish there was a way for people to actually see the look on your face when
There
I
might
said
be.
it.
There might
be.
be.
Anyway.
No, I mean really see the look on your face because it was. Oh my God.
He was transported.
Me.
He's transported.
Yes.
Very much so.
Anyway. All right, let's get back to it.
So Dre, what do you think that we should do to try on a future episode? Just a random food item off the top of your head.
You mean a cuisine, not a food item or a cuisine?
We could do a food item.
You want to do like a whole dinner, or you just want
cuisine like
no,
like
just,
sushi,
so
like
we,
sushi,
like
right?
we
Is that
did.
what you're talking?
I think so.
Like we did a taste test. We called it. I think the episode was impossible but not improbable, or improbable but not impossible. Anyway,
Compared to Whoppers.
We were comparing the Whoppers, the regular Whopper, to the Impossible Whopper.
Yeah.
And so that was just one of our taste test episodes. And we did another one with coffee just recently. We did another one with beers and shit like that.
Yeah.
So what do you believe? What do you think off the top of your head? Something that that we should try and indulge, or maybe compare some certain things.
Well, I know there's many flavors of this one Pringles.
Okay.
That'd be interesting.
I'm up for Pringles. I like Pringles.
Because there is many different flavors, and I'm talking about not just like you got your plain, you got your low salt, you got barbecue, whatever. They got cookies and cream. They got pickles. They got birthday cake. Yeah.
Pizza.
Did they actually
pizza.
do a pickle one? Because I remember they were talking about that with like Rick and Morty tie-in or something like that.
Wait, hold on. I'll tell you what the flavors they got because I'm looking it up because I want to get certain ones and.
It was a pickle Rick.
That pickle Rick.
No, that would make sense because they had they did a commercial where it was a Rick and Morty Pringles commercial and Morty was stacking different flavors. So that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, that was the tie-in then. Yep.
Yeah, so here we go. So we got the Scorchin, the lighter side.
I'm in.
The Scorchin.
I see honey mustard, baked potato, buffalo ranch, salt, pizza, bacon.
Holy shit, you've got like the list on all lists.
Screaming dill
Is there like an
pickle.
app for that?
Screaming
dildo.
I think the screaming dill pickle was the one.
Pecan
Wasn't it?
pie.
I heard screaming
white
dildo.
chocolate, buffalo ranch, jalapeno, loaded baked potato.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barbecue,
Wow.
Texas barbecue, buffalo wing,
Honey mustard, I know that.
chili lemon.
I'll be in for honey mustard.
There you go.
Oh, okay. So,
Sorry, I
all
didn't
right, there
mean to
we
steal your
go.
thunder.
No, it's okay.
I
There
think
you go.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, or unless you're doing like a cuisine kind of like dinner thing, then I guess but-
I'm all right with
I
Pringles.
think Pringles.
Okay.
I think
This would
that's
be
the
good.
easier thing,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah, we'll get a bunch of them then.
because then you can actually hear all of the crunching too.
It's a little ASMR
Oh
Almost
God,
knocked that
all over again.
she knocking stuff down.
Yeah.
That's
It's an
salsa.
earthquake. It's an earthquake.
Oh, you are.
It's the camera.
Deelo's having.
I'm
Way
waiting
too much
around.
fun
I'm
around
starting to lose it.
He's got footsies. He's getting antsy.
He also
You gotta
has
remember,
We don't usually go this long. This
I
is
had a
long.
gig last night.
he
too.
also
Yeah, this
has
is long
Rick
for
and
us.
Morty slippers on.
Slippity slips.
Would you like to see that in the camera too?
I thought I already showed him.
Did you? I was
No,
going
no.
to bring this one down.
I
here,
just
but
know you
go
were
ahead and do
kicking the
that.
curtain. Well, that's the bottom.
Oh, look at that. Rick and
There you
Morty.
go. Hold on. Let me zoom in on that. There you go.
Zoom in on that. Your butt.
Yeah.
There he goes again. Oh, it's that hour, huh?
In
Is
your butt.
Is it that hour? There you go.
Oh my God, Morty!
God, that would have been so much easier if you just did it in the first place.
I know.
He's silly.
Now, if you really want to get the good visual on the whole thing, you got puke on Doctor. So the professor, yeah. Rick and Morty, you got to puke on every one of them, and it's like
puke.
A couple more IPAs and maybe.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
But
We'll need a bunch more
Pringles.
Pringles. What was that again? Pecan pie?
Pecan
the
pie.
pecan pie, yeah.
I don't know how do you pronounce it? Pecan or pecan?
Pecan pie.
The pecan sandies. Anybody know what that's from?
White chocolate sounds
No,
god awful.
that's a cookie.
But white chocolate is god awful anyway.
It was
so.
from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
It's Always Sunny
I
in
love
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Were you
ASMR
getting the
version?
version? No, it's just
The Philly cheesecake.
we're just doing the NPR.
Yes, and welcome to
Hold on.
Was it Big Mouse?
It's 6:39 p.m. and it feels like 70 degrees outside with light rain tonight. There's moderate.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Anyway.
There's a better podcast.
All right.
That
What else we got?
On that note, where can they find you at, lovely people?
Oh my God, you asked that how long ago? Jeez.
I know, we got sidetracked for about 30.
45 minutes.
Does that
45
happen
minutes here, so, yeah.
ever? So we are part of the Anchor system as well, the Anchor broadcast system. And you can find us on Anchor.
Brothers, sisters. Oh, sorry.
Yay! Anchor.fm/there is a better podcast. Also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and good.
Spotify?
Did you just say Spotify?
Spotify, yes.
Nice, my man.
Yeah.
Give me a high five on that one.
Yeah, I do.
Give me a high five. There you go.
Yeah.
Fuck both of you.
I never heard of a,
That's a
I
joke
never heard of a
between.
Spotify.
Fucking cracks me up.
It's a joke between Deelo and myself. It's long.
I intentionally like to say Spotify.
It irritates me to no end, and I love it.
And also Cindy. Cindy. Yeah. Hi.
Stacy.
Cindy.
Stacy.
So they can find us on Spotify. We're on Anchor, and where else?
Good Pods. We just I think we just got on to Amazon podcast. So if you say what's that echo dot command Alexa, and now everybody's Alexa's just going to be like flying off the handle.
Alexa, play
there is a better podcast. And then it will eventually. It'll say playing John Tesh.
Playing refrigerator.
I mean, have you actually tested it or not?
I have not, but I have seen that our show did show up on Amazon Podcast. I don't have.
I'm going to test it as soon as I get home.
I don't have Amazon Echo. I do any of that.
Oh, I have them littered all over the house.
Which is cracking me up because I don't do all the other shit that you guys are talking about, but I'll do Alexa.
It's in your home. It's in your home.
It's in your butt.
So here's a funny deal. Like I've actually had times where like commercials will come up where they say Alexa in the commercial, and you'll see her light up, and then she kind of, oh, that's not your voice, and she won't do anything. Now, one time I'm watching Ozark, right?
Jason Bateman.
Yes, with Jason Bateman, and I say, Alexa, add such and such to my shopping list. Don't remember the actress of the mom's name, but she said right afterwards, after I said that, she said, how about red roasted potatoes? And then Alexis goes, adding red roasted potatoes to your shopping list.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm like, what
There's
the fuck?
nothing wrong with that.
I was like, what the hell? That is not right.
Laura Linney does not live here, and stop adding things to my shopping
Look,
list.
I could say a lot of things, but her voice does not sound like mine.
Not at all.
I'm just saying.
On a good day.
I think you can actually like add your name to your voice so it recognizes you.
I already did that.
Oh, you did that.
That's what was fucking
She
weird.
still
And
thinks
your
that Laura
name
Linney
goes
lives
by
there, huh?
Haywood Jablomi. All right.
Haywood
Hey.
Banks. Sorry. Yeah,
Also-
we did it again.
So where else can they find us? Is that the
On the
list? Okay.
internet.
On the
Yeah,
internet,
that's-
the interwebs.
And then you can find me at linktree.com. Yeah. Anyway, so it's
Take two.
Linktree.
Wait, how do you spell that?
LINKTR.ee/Tattoo Squid Podcast. That's TATOSQUID podcast, all one word. And also, I'm going to tell you this, like I've been telling everybody else, and if you haven't heard it, that I have
Stickers.
and I got stickers, but also they are on my the merchandise store, and you can get shower curtains.
Wait,
Yeah.
with a squid on it?
Huh?
Like behind you? Like a squid? Could you get
You
a
can
shower
have
curtain with a squid
this.
on it?
That's cool.
You can have this, or there is
That's pretty
a
awesome.
green. There's a green one that looks like a squid that's coming out of the swamp with my eyes underneath.
Oh.
There's a
Your eyes
caricature-
coming underneath the shower curtain?
No, well, yeah, basically,
It's the
so.
way that you put that all together.
Yeah,
Wait a minute, what?
but there is a picture. There is a cartoon version of myself, the face, on the shower curtain as well.
Okay, now you're starting to make me wonder, should we do our own version of it? And as you can see here, the color of the logo and all that good stuff, should we make one? There is a better shower curtain. There is a better beach towel.
Oh,
There's a whole series of there is a better
t-shirt,
everything.
There's a bath
There's a
mat as
better
well.
There's a better beer.
How about a beer koozie?
There's,
Better
yeah.
beer.
It's a good place to start. I like that.
I like the koozies.
Let's do that.
People like the koozies.
You can do the posters. You can do the was it acrylic painting thing? So
We've tried to get rid of stickers. I think we've only gotten rid of like maybe 10.
There you go.
So people who want stickers, please let us know.
yes, if you want
I have a
stickers
few
from me, go right ahead and ask, because I got a whole bunch too.
All
I
right.
need
You do.
I need some swapping going on here. So,
Yep. We haven't swapped with anybody, but we do have yours, and I'll bring those into focus here.
As he moves, he has to move.
Are your conversations usually this derailed all the way through?
yeah.
Okay.
But this is no, actually, like I said,
Thanks.
As long as it's normal.
yeah, no, it's like trash can. We call it trash can. No, trash panda. We call it was more derailed.
Trash can panda. Okay, so here's
Oh,
the
Trash Panda,
the
yeah.
local one. It's a really nice sticker for those at home, and It's printed on paper. Sorry, that was really.
There you go. Oh yeah, that's an actual picture of me.
Yeah. So this is Dre himself.
That's me right there, all in squiggly line, like I have my tonsils taken out.
Now I thought this thing that was in your mouth, it's obviously the uvula, but I thought that was like if you turn it upside down, it looks like a pawn from a chess board.
No, actually, you know what it looks like? It looks like a fucking clothes hanger.
No wire hangers.
It could.
No wire hangers in your mouth, kids.
I don't know if you want to look at that again, but whatever.
No, I see a chess piece.
Yeah.
Now I can only see a chess piece.
Thank you. I've ruined it for everybody. And my job is done.
But she saw my face now.
But also, well, I saw you on the other. I saw you on his screen.
Okay.
The eyes,
Have it.
they're like, I don't even know how to describe that. It's
They're
just
like
they're
tape reels
circles.
almost.
Yes, tape reels. Okay.
Yeah.
Real
almost
real.
like tape
Real
Sarah,
real.
do you see me now? Do
Whoa,
you see me
hi, how's it
now?
going?
Okay.
Welcome.
I still
Dre.
don't. I'm not in front of the
You see-
screen.
No.
I'd have to slide around. Hold on.
I dig the hoops. I dig the hoop earrings. That's cool, man.
I don't see her now.
Yeah, there. Yeah, she's over here looking at my screen.
Oh,
She's scraping, I believe, is what they say. Hi.
I'm gonna squish your head. I'm just gonna.
I'm crushing your head. Crush, crush.
Get off the floor, Sarah. Get off the floor.
I'm not on the floor.
She's dancing on the floor.
She's doing
She's
a
just dancing
horizontal.
on the floor.
I was
She's
just
dancing
saying-
horizontal.
Not today. Not right now. I'm good.
All right, folks. That's been the 2.5-hour show.
Oh my God. That's the longest episode ever.
That's the longest I
One
have.
of the, if not.
I am not going to be able to do the head thingy, whatever they fucking call it. Hold on. I put somebody.
Headhunter? Head
No,
head count?
No, it's a headliner.
Headliner?
Headliner.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You know, it's the way you
You'd have
do
to break it
the-
up into two parts. Yeah.
Yeah, you
'Cause
can
it's
go
a
like that.
12
No, but it won't do because if it's like say half an hour, you can do it. But if it's like more than that, it won't. It won't even suggest whatever. So
just break it up into two sections and then just put part one out there, part two out there, and you're good to go.
yeah, I just pretty much I'll just put it out there with everything else.
Okay.
But
Or
hey,
just fuck those guys.
folks,
Who cares?
This has been. I do have a show. It's me here right now. So
Hopefully we didn't take over.
I'm not really a guest per se. Yeah, I'm literally the host. Hence, putting in the background. Yeah, but anyway, so
Yeah, I think it's
thank
completely-
you for Better Podcast, Sarah, Deelo, Tony with a T. And thank you for showing up. And
Thank you for having us. This is
No
a
problem.
Thank you.
fucking blast, man.
basically,
Thank you so much.
you guys just moved in, so
Yeah, welcome
Cozy.
to our
I'll
lives.
take
Cozy.
that. I'll take that.
I get the big room.
It's what we do.
I'll take the
I'm gonna
basement
have to
with the
take a
guy
point.
standing in the corner.
He'll
I'm
take
gonna
the
have-
attic.
I'm going to take a trip out by you. I'm going to take a trip out by you guys and then sit in the basement with you guys for like a day, and then
Okay.
and then
You
I'll
can
go.
practice-
That's good because based on this, it's probably how long it would take for us to finish a podcast. So
Very accommodating, that's for sure.
You can practice going between his driveway and the neighbor's driveway
Oh.
over and over and over again.
pulling
Are
punches.
See how that works.
You want me to step in bear traps? The fuck?
No,
That's
no,
true.
no.
I gotta get those
Throw
bear
punches.
traps.
That'd be
You're
on
right.
his side only. It's
Oh, I swear she hates me.
everybody thinks that.
It's all right. I get the same
I
thing.
know. I'm only
Everything.
kidding. I kid.
It's all good.
I love everybody. I love you all. You guys are awesome.
Cheers.
You are. Yep. Well, oh no, that's my pee. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, so
Don't get that confused.
I drank it before. It
It's
tastes
hot and refreshing.
Brush your
it was
teeth before
salty,
you
actually.
Try this at all.
brush your teeth before you go to your girlfriend. by the way.
No. I'll just have some of this hard. This Haribo.
Are you crushing my head?
I'm
dick
crushing
bag?
your head. I'm
I'll have some of this
crushing your head.
salad. Yeah. My girlfriend's probably going, "What the fuck's going on in there?"
Crushing my head.
Yeah.
Asshole.
We've pretty much just devolved like before your
I
eyes,
can't even
before
do
your
that to
ears.
you.
Oh, look right
For
there.
all
You
of us.
crushed your nose. You crushed. Oh, get the tongue. Get the tongue. Get the tongue.
Oh.
That makes soft about it.
Evil, impolite and evil.
No. It's a picture frame. You did a picture.
Impolite and
I
evil.
did a picture frame.
All right. Anyway.
He did an oval picture frame. Oval team, please. Anyway, so
all right.
Okay.
To drink your Ovaltine.
Before we hit 3 hours,
Let's get on track. Get on track here.
Okay.
All right, folks, take it easy. Follow There Is a Better podcast, and also you can find There Is a Better refrigerator too.
In your home.
It was awesome talking to you.
Yeah, so I mean, you're still gonna be talking just for a few minutes afterwards, I guess.
Oh, are we?
I mean, if you want to hang out,
Jesus.
I have to get home.
Okay. All right. Well,
One of them's got a family.
I don't actually live
Well,
here.
you can talk to this guy over here all night long.
Yeah.
He loves talking.
But overall, everybody have a good night. Today's Sunday. Everybody's going to be going to work tomorrow.
Theoretically, depends on how many more of these I have.
Yeah.
It depends on how long this podcast goes.
Oh my God, I might still be here.
I'm not going to go in tomorrow.
Let's just do it till tomorrow. Fuck that.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Damn the torpedo.
All right, bye. Take it easy.